Hello. Hey everybody. I'm like the biggest dummy. I was sitting here talking to myself. I thought I was already live. I forgot to hit live. I had put, I got into where I was ready to go live and forgot to hit live. So, hello again, Bonnie, Lena, Leanne. How is everybody today? Y'all probably seen my mouth moving, but no words. Well, no, you wouldn't even seen that because I wasn't live. Oh, Lord. Well, what I was trying to tell you is Becky will be here shortly. She's running a little late. I had actually told Becky, she didn't have to come tonight if she didn't want to. And that she could take tonight off and just rest. Hey, Linda. Oh, thank you, Leanne. Very sweet of you. But yeah, I was a little, hey, Kimsey, a little concerned about Becky. She's running herself a lot. And I didn't want her to feel like she had to be here tonight. So I just kind of told her, hey, why don't you just rest today? And she contacted me and said, no, I was planning on being there. I said, okay. And then she had her Facebook Live today. So that's why she's going to be a little late. So, Becky's just like all over the place. Hey, Angela. Hey, Katie. How you doing? It's good to see everybody coming in. I hope everyone's had a good day. I've been a little busy today. I was busy weekend. I was so tired yesterday. I had a lot I was doing yesterday, and I had to get up early and go to my granddaughter's. She had 2 softball games, and so I was like, they started at 9 o'clock. So I had to get up really early and get over there, watch the games, came back, had to mow my yard, do all the trimming, all that stuff, things we normally have to do. And so I got all that finished. Spent most of the day, trying to get that done. And by the time I got done last night, I was just tired. I didn't even watch Trisha and Becky was on at probably most of at Trisha's. And I didn't even get to watch them. I just went through and gave a thumbs up and said, hey, I can't stay. I was just too tired I couldn't keep my eyes open. And that's not like me. But yeah, I did. Hey, Geneva. Yeah, I had a lot going on. So I've spent, part of the day today trying to get things ready for this evening. So what has everybody else been doing? How was everyone's weekend? Yeah, it is a lot. Yeah, it was a lot. Had a lot going on, and that's the way it is when, around the house, you have so many things you're trying to do. It's like, I swear we never have enough time to get everything done and mentally I make a list of things I know I want to do, things I have to do. But mainly it's more want than have to, I guess. But yeah. So I know everybody stays busy. So I said hello to Geneva. I seen her come in. Let's see, make sure I'm not missing anybody. Oh, I'm sure they had a great sale. They normally do. Trisha brings it every time, and so does Becky. So, hey, Heather, happy Sunday. Yeah, both of them bring it. It's fun to watch them, both of them. I like watching them. Like I said, I was so tired last night, I couldn't watch anybody. I was just like, I barely got in there. I was like, hey, I'm giving a thumbs up, but I can't stay. It's just tired. So I rested yesterday evening. I needed that. Oh, your doghouse sitting. Buying and delivering. Depends on getting my sale items ready for tonight. Yeah? Gotcha. Yeah. Yep. I hear you. Sometimes I wish I was on later, but And it's like, okay, if you go on later, then you're on that much later. And I can't do that and have the job. Oh, depends, adult diapers. Ah, gotcha. And delivering depends. I see. Okay. All right, I misread that. Ah, Angela's cooking, finishing up dinner. Nice, Angela. What'd you make? If you don't mind us asking or me asking. Yeah. Yeah, the usual. Yep. I know. And then, yeah, what I was saying was staying on late and then, very late, and then trying to get up, go to work, which I work mainly from home anymore. Still have a few days a week I'm supposed to go in and work. I don't always do that because I just have my own reasons. But baked chicken and kale. Yum, yum. That sounds delicious. That sounds really good. Cooking healthy. I like cooking like that. I'd made a big pot of cabbage and kielbasa last weekend. Boy, I kept eating that. You tired today too, Linda? Yeah. I think after a while it kind of catches up to us, We can only run so much, then all of a sudden your body's like, enough, you know? So yeah. So yeah, let's see, my weekend. Oh yeah, I had a lot going on with the family this weekend. Not anything I really want to talk about, but just some things that had happened, and takes a toll on the family sometimes when there's things that go on in your family, and I'm talking about extended family too, and it affects everybody. And something that did take place, is affecting everyone. Something else I found out this weekend, which was really, I hated to hear this so bad. And I'm praying and going to keep my niece in my prayers. She had went to the hospital last week because she couldn't breathe. She was having trouble breathing. And they found out she had what they call partial collapse lung, which she's very young. I mean, she's in her, oh geez, how old is she? Well, barely 30s, I guess. Hey, Miss Pat, good to see you, sweetie. And she had that happen, and then I was like, what? They had called me and was like, hey, she had a partial collapse lung, and I'm like, it's kind of unusual for someone that age. Not unheard of, I know, but kind of unusual. Well, I guess what's developed out of that is now my brother called me. It's his daughter. So he called me last night and he was like, well, she has a mass on one of her lungs and she still has the partial collapse lung on her other lung. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Now, granted, we've just lost several people in the extended family from cancer, lung cancer. I mean, I lost my cousin. Gosh, that's been, a month ago? He had the same type of cancer my brother passed away with, small carcinoma cell or something like that. It's one of the worst ones you can have. And it's from smoking, directly related to smoking. And my brother passed away with that in 2018. Then we just lost our cousin to the same type of cancer, like I said, about a month ago. And now I get the news about my niece. And wow, am I concerned about that, because my brother was just so upset, obviously. And, I'm trying to say what I can to, I'm not one that actually worries about things until in other words, don't worry until you really have to worry. it's very concerning, don't get me wrong, but I don't panic and stuff like that. I'm usually like a problem solver, try to be. Ah, really, Linda? Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's a terrible disease, and I've told everybody. I've told them all. I mean, my father passed away with emphysema. I've told everybody. You need to quit smoking. There's something in the genes on. I believe it's on my dad's side, but also on my mom's side. I find out. But something in the genes, that something about the smoking and that connection to lung cancer. So, but nobody listens, when they're a smoker. You have to kind of come to that conclusion on your own. But if you wait till it's too late, then it's too late. So anyhow, I'm not going to get on no soapbox because I used to be a smoker a long time ago myself. I used to say, well, I've come from a long line of smokers, which is the truth. And I broke that cycle because I didn't want my kids and grandkids following in that footsteps. So I started with me, and no one else smokes as far as my kids. Of course, grandkids are too young yet. But if I ever catch them, I'm going to hurt them because I've lost too many people to it. And I'm pretty passionate about that, believe it or not. So yes, thank you for the prayers, by the way, for my niece. I'm praying that it's not what I'm thinking it is, and but it doesn't sound good. I mean, I'm not in denial of anything. It doesn't sound good. So yeah, if you would keep her in your prayers, if you don't mind. So yeah, that was a bad thing that I didn't enjoy that, and I feel bad for my brother, and that's pretty sad. Because he knows too. I mean, he knows. So anyhow, on a good note, let's see. Hey, Delbert. Good to see you, hon. Hey, Jan. Yes, thank you, hon. I appreciate that. Thank you, Jan. Yeah, I'm hoping maybe it's something that can be treated if it was caught in time, and I don't know, but time will tell. We shall see. So, on a good note, let's try to move this to something positive, Paula. Doesn't have to always be, gloom. I've got a lot of different things tonight. I pulled out a lot of different things. I got some things that you probably have seen a time or two. But other stuff, too, is brand new that I brought in that you haven't seen, I know. And I'm glad Becky and Trisha had a good sale last night. I'm not surprised by that they didn't have. Like I said, I wish I could have stayed awake to watch them. So, yeah, Leanne. Yeah. Yep, had to do that. Yeah. Yeah. Yep, life is very complicated, or can be. I like to keep things simple, and I like to be drama-free. Yeah. Yes, Bonnie, thank you. I'm not one to, like I said, to dwell in drama. I hate drama, to be quite honest with you. And stories I could tell you, but I won't. But yeah, I like to be positive, and I like to be happy. I mean, to me, that's the ultimate goal. Is you're supposed to love everybody, be good to everybody, and be happy. And just do right by everybody. And that's what honest to God, I try to live by those things, those items. I've talked to Jody a couple times this week, and I believe that they are handling, the passing of her father better than she expected. And from what she's saying, and her brother and her is working with the mother to, I guess, clean out the dad's home. And I don't know the whole situation there. I just know that she's working there with her, trying to help. So sounds like that's going a little better than, that she'd even thought. Yes, kindness is free. That's what I said. People being mean and cranky and stuff, don't understand it. I never have understood it, and I never will. I just don't. I don't get it. I mean, to me, you can waste so much energy being mean and being ugly to people. Then just be nice. Just be good. I was talking to my neighbor next door earlier today, and he'd come over to get me, and I went out, but he didn't, like, he rang my got that video doorbell. He rang the doorbell, and by the time I heard it on my phone and I pulled it up, I always look to see who's there before I even think about answering it, because I just don't care to answer it unless I have to. And because I was in the middle too of doing this work on the stuff I was doing, and then he was like, took off, and I'm like, what the heck? He didn't even give me time. So, and oh yes, Jan. Oh, you didn't know that? Okay, yes, yeah. Her father passed away early last week, so she's in Florida with her brother and mother. The last I heard, and working with them, trying to get through, process everything. As you know, it's something that you just have to work through. And there's nothing you can say to anybody to make that any better for anyone. So yeah. So anyhow, I went over there and I'm like, okay, where'd he go? He just like ran the doorbell, took off. So I thought something was wrong, is what I thought. So I'm like, I go out there and I'm like looking for him, and our two properties join. So I seen they have this German Shepherd, which is a beautiful, loving dog. Sweetest dog for a German Shepherd. Never barks, doesn't bother anybody, but he's what you call a country dog. My neighbor brought his father, and his father has this dog. That's his buddy. And so he brought them here from, his father was living in Missouri. So he brought them here to help take care of his dad. And his dad, has had some instability of walking and stuff, and he's fallen, and he had a big black eye and band-aids. And so I'm like looking at him like, oh my goodness, what happened? And so his son was telling me, yeah, dad took a tumble. So I think he's having some issues there. I think there for a while now. He's been through COVID. He was in the hospital. And from what his son, my neighbor, was telling me, that his dad almost didn't make it. They just was not sure he was going to make it. And he's like, how old did he tell me he was? Late 70s, maybe early 80s, something like that. An elderly gentleman. But he was on life support for weeks. You'd never know it now, talking to him, looking at him. His only thing is he has the like vertigo. He loses his balance very easily, and he's never done that before, they said. But since COVID, he seemed to have that problem. So he's going to, he's part of the VA, so he's going to the VA tomorrow, and he's getting signed up with them, being from, he was dealing with VA in Missouri. So now he's going to be here in Atlanta, and he's going to go get checked out and see if they can maybe figure out what's going on. Very, very wonderful people. Very best of neighbors. You couldn't ask for better neighbors. I mean, good people. And but hey, the reason he come and got me was he had run this string trying to rope off where they're trying to teach the dog boundaries, and they had the little shock collar thing, or I guess it would shock him. It's like I think it's the type that have like the property boundary type. They can only go so far, and then it might go off or something like that. And I was like, my goodness, this dog's so well behaved, though. I mean, it doesn't bother me, the dog's running around in my backyard. But I know other neighbors, yeah, some people don't want that, and they get that too. They understand that. So he was talking to me about a fence and everything. And we've talked about putting up a fence years ago. And electronic fence. I think that's what it is, Bonnie. I think it's something like that. The invisible fence. Yes. But anyhow, so they were showing me they had all this string everywhere. And I'm thinking, oh my. So they're trying to teach the dog, to stay within this boundary. And that's when we got to talking about an actual fence. So we were out there discussing all that, and I forgot what the point of my story is to you now because now I forgot. Oh my gosh, I'm losing it. There was a reason that I brought it up, and I don't know why. Anyhow, really good people. I don't know. We'll move on from that since Paula has the guy that ran away. Oh yeah, he's my neighbor. The reason that he rang my doorbell was that he wanted to show me that he wasn't trying to take over my property with the string that he was running. Like, he was like, I didn't want you to think that I was trying to like capture more land than that belongs to you on our side. Oh, I said, you know what? This is the way I look at it. And this was the whole point of this story. I don't think God would want us arguing over property lines to start with. I've had a few neighbors that's lived in the same property that come and go. You know, I've been here since this house was built and seen people come and go. But I've never thought that I need to argue about a property line. So he talked to me about the property line I had, and I said, you know what? If it's off 2 or 3 feet, I don't care. I don't think God would want me to act that way and go, oh no, you know, we got to get surveyed and all that. Nah, I just don't think it's not worth it to me to get in a big argument with your people you're living beside of. You know, to say, hey, you're on my side an extra 2 feet. I don't care. I told him, and I even told him, hey, put your fence wherever you want to, because neither one of us have a plat. The plat that they have, oh my gosh, there's no way to decipher where the property line is anyways. Who knows? You know, and he had the same plat that I've got, so, and that came from the courthouse. And like, it was the worst plat I think they could have done. So you'd have to actually hire a surveyor. You'd have to go through a lot. I'm not saying they can't figure it out, but nah, not worth it to me to figure out where the boundary is. So I was like, hey, if you want to put a fence up, put the fence up so they can keep their dog in. That way the poor dog can run where he wants to without having the electronic fence or whatever that is. And I said, yeah, the dog's used to running free. So it'd be best if you put a fence up for him, but that's up to them, whatever they want to do. So I told him, I said, I'm not going to fight about the property line. If you want to put it up, put it up. I don't even care. So just put wherever you want to, as long as you don't. Now, I'm not stupid. Don't try to take, 6 or 8 feet and go, yeah, this is mine. Yeah, I'm not that gullible. Hello there, Michelle. Good to see you. I'm just running my mouth. All right, so. Well, I mean, it could be an issue. Yeah, right. That was the thing, they don't want the dog pooping in someone's yard. Hello there, Mr. Edward. Good to see you, sir. Yeah, I think that's what it was. They didn't want the dog messing in someone's yard, and obviously I don't want a dog messing in my yard either, especially my front yard. Now out here in the woods, I don't care. But yeah, I wouldn't want him messing in my yard. And then I step in it or I have to be the one to clean up after him. I wouldn't want to do that. And they get that. So I think that's why they're trying to figure out the best way to handle, with the animal situation. Because like I said, it's a great dog. There's nothing, you can tell it's a good dog. And it's not a dog that is vicious, very loving dog. And I just think the dog would be happier too. Yeah. Yeah, because people will complain about that around here. And I do know that. I mean, and no, you can't blame them. And this dog wouldn't be, it's a good sized dog. So obviously his waist is going to be more than something a little Chihuahua would have an output of, So yeah, I can see that too. Because no, I wouldn't want that in my yard also. And when he's talking about it, I was like, well, out in the woods, I wouldn't care. But You have to be careful what you say, because then they're like, well, you said you didn't care. Yeah. Yeah, some of them are very sweet. Everyone in our neighborhood poops on our yard. You need to get a hold of those neighbors and say, why neighbors are you pooping in my yard? Or are you talking about the dogs? Gotcha. Right, Michelle, I'm messing with you. I can imagine, Delbert, you have a huge dog, so I can imagine that would be, now see, something like that, would be an issue, let's say. So, oh, you was the dog sitter. Oh, yeah. They have their pride. Yes. Yes, they do. They do. So we can go ahead and we'll get started. Like I said, Becky will be here in a little bit. She's running a little bit behind, or she said she'd be a little late. And I told her, hey, take your time. Get here when you get here. I'm okay with that. So, and poor Delbert and his dog, I can imagine. And that would be the only thing I guess I wouldn't like about a great big dog is, they're, oh, wow, Michelle. Pooping in the dumpster. Oh, my gosh. City life. Yep. Yeah, that's a whole nother story, isn't it? I can't imagine. I don't know what I would do about that. Wow. Yeah, it's funny. That is kind of funny. It's funny, but it's not funny. So, yeah. I think in all cities it happens. Whether you witness it or not, it's another thing. No, nothing surprises me anymore either with people in general and what they do, the way they act. I forgot to turn my light on. Can y'all see me better? Forgot it wasn't on. All right, do we want to get started and we'll start selling some things and Becky will be along shortly? Oh, well, that's good, Michelle. That's good. I mean, yeah, the thing is, like with, let's say, the homeless population, and that's in every city, some worse than others. They don't want homeless people coming into businesses and using the restroom. If there's, they just, businesses don't want that. I can't say I blame them. So then you're like, okay, what do you do? Because you're trying to run a business. And the last thing you want is homeless people coming in and out. Some of them, and I'm not saying they're bad people or we're any better than those people. What I'm saying is some of those people, though, as we all know, have also mental issues. And they really should not be on the street. And they have no family. So, then it's like, okay, these people have nowhere, nobody. They're trying to make it. Those people I feel so sorry for. So sorry for. I don't know what they're going to do about that because I do know that's becoming quite an issue in every major city. And it's growing. I guess, is it Los Angeles is probably the worst? Maybe. I would have to guess from what they show on the news. Anyhow, if that's what the way it still is, it's sad. It's just, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know the answer to it either. No, I understand, Michelle. I'm with you. I agree. You're right. They need access to a bathroom. Absolutely. They do. But I'm just saying, like, if it's a business that you're working at, they're not going to want just anybody coming in or using their private restrooms. Oh, wow. Really? Oh, my gosh, Delbert. That's good, Michelle. That's really good. Oh, I got you. Well, that's good. That's great, Michelle. See, you You can do that, and that's wonderful. I think if every business could have, that compassion, I think it would be great. Yes, Linda, most people are one paycheck away from being on the street. It is true. That's very true. And I think many of us, the majority of us, are probably in that situation. And maybe that's why my heart is so soft, let's say, if you want to call it that, to people on the street. I've always thought, anyone who's out in the weather, especially the cold, bitter temps, trying to stay warm. I mean, and they don't have a roof over their head. How sad is that? I wouldn't want to be that way. And I always thank God for providing me with shelter and clothing, food. I mean, that's the thing, you have to always remember basically where you came from, so to speak, in so many words, that any of us could end up on the street. Any of us. Things went wrong. Just like Linda said, one paycheck away. You lose everything you got. So if you don't have family, especially those who don't have family or have a mental illness, family don't want to deal with them. State don't want to deal with them. More businesses could do it. Good. Yeah, that's good. Because, I mean, you never know. I mean, I know, some people might be, on drugs, or alcohol might be their drug of choice. Oh, gosh. Are you kidding, Leanne? Oh, my goodness. Yeah. See, and that's the bad thing. That right there. See, they wanted to do something good. They was trying to do something good, and look what happened. Now everything's been closed, even in the parks. I mean, that is sad if you think about that. Yes, drugs are horrible. Yeah, it's terrible. Yeah, so I think anytime any of us can make a difference, I think we should. You know, um, I know people always say to me and my son, I think him and I are probably the worst about this. We give when we see people are asking for money. If I can give, I give it to them. Don't know what it is in my wallet, but if I've got something, I try to give. Not every single time, depends on my own situation, but majority of time. And some have said to him and I, well, when you're doing that, how do you know they're not taking this money and going and getting drugs or going and getting alcohol? And I know I've kind of taught my kids this. Is like, you do what you feels right in your heart, and if they're doing wrong with it, that's between them and God. Because if it's been put on your heart, hey, give them some money, help them out. And you know what I mean by that conviction of being put on your heart to help. And you've done that and you're trying to do good, and they use it for bad, that's on them. Yes, they're going to have those out here who are conning people. I don't worry about it. I don't think that way. I want to believe that there's a reason for everything. Like I said, if it's not right, it's between them and God, not me and them. I'm doing what I feels right. So that's the way I look at it. Oh, wow. Isn't that interesting, Linda? My goodness. Yeah. Right, Bonnie? Let God handle that stuff. It's between them and God. He'll handle it. I don't have to worry about it. That's exactly right, Michelle. Treat them like they're people, because they are people. They're not just somebody who's a nuisance that, is bothering you at the moment. Yeah, it might be inconvenient for you because they're going around trying to get money. And other people, people got their own problems. I get that. But also try to look at them that, hey, it could be you in their place. Could be you. What if you needed that money? What if they really needed it for some food? I don't know. But I don't want that on my heart that I could have helped and I didn't. I personally don't. So just do whatever you think's right in your heart. All right, let's get started, shall we? It's always great talking to everybody, getting everyone's views too. Let's start out with something. All right. Let's start out. How about this? Look at this. This is a nice mushroom. Is this gorgeous or what? Let me see if the color is coming through correctly. My iPad usually shows me differently. I've got 2 of these. Now, one of them, oh no, they're about the same one. No, they're about the same color. Ah! Well, if I break them, you won't have them. There we go. How about that? That's a pretty color, right? Kind of got that violet, ultraviolet that's reflecting off of it. I don't know how it would be out in the sunshine. I wonder, because that's what it's for. Hey, Chris. Absolutely, Bonnie. I agree. Absolutely. So these are little mushrooms that you'd put like in a fairy garden, or you can keep them in your house. Somebody did a good job on them. Nice glaze. Let me tell you how tall these are. These are going to start at, I'm going to sell choice. So you'll have choice of whether you want one or both, if anyone's interested in them. And these are, the top of these are right at 6.5 inches wide. Between 6 and 6.5, we'll say. Depends on which side you're measuring from. The bottom is right at 2.5. Overall length of these are right at, measuring it like that, right at 8 inches. I swear I'm going to break them if I keep on. Right at 8 inches tall. These are going to start at, let's start them at $6. And this will be $6 choice. So we'll start these at $6. For up. $6. And this is choice. I have 2 of them. 2's available. If anyone is interested. And I gave you the measurements. Approximately between 6.5 wide is the top. Overall, right at, what did I say, 7.5, 8 inches tall. They're nice. I like them. It's the bottoms. This is the other one. No chips, no cracks. Got a nice glaze on them. This part isn't glazed. It glazed from the top, which, kind of looks more natural. Just want to make sure. I don't know what these would look like in the sun. Go for you, Michelle. You go, girl. You got it. You're doing great. You're going to make it. Thank you, Linda. They're starting at offer up $6 choice. $6 a piece. So if anybody wants to bid, now's the time. Put your offer in. And if not, we'll move on. I'm going to give it just a little bit. These would be like for like a little fairy garden. That's what they'd be great for. Or inside, if you're doing a little display. I like them. I thought they was pretty nice. and the tops of them. You got the yellow and tan, yellow, tan, brown, and I'd say dark brown in certain spots. Right? Yeah. Yeah, you could do that. Could put little Sharpie faces on them. That'd be kind of cool. Might give them some character. They sit nice and flat. I mean, they're definitely made to stand up on their own. Both about the same size too. So, all right, I'm going to set them aside and we're going to move on. Let's see. Up next, we have a drip glaze planter. Got some age on it. Still in good shape. It's been used. No crazing in it though. It's dirty. A little dirty. Can use a good scrubbing. Kind of reminded me of the blue Pottery drip glaze. That's what it reminds me of. Hopefully my light is not... It's got the turquoise blue. There we go. Hopefully that's coming through good. Let me see. Yeah, it's coming through pretty good. Now the size of this one is 6 inches wide and about 4 inches deep. That is a pretty finish on it. This is going to be, let me see if I wrote this down. If not, I think I'm starting it at 12. I believe. Let me just make double sure here. One of these days I'll learn. Yeah, $12. So if anyone's interested, hey Jay, how you doing? 2 of those that almost look like that one. Huh, nice. That's good. That's a pretty planter. Oh, it's got a very nice finish on it. I'm going to put in here what it is. So this is your drip glaze pottery planter. And it starts at 12. And we'll see. Offer up. It's at 12. The only thing it really needs is to be cleaned. And if I get time, I'll do that myself for you. But if not, you may do it. All right. Yeah. Okay. There's no crazing in this bowl either. That's what I was checking earlier to see if there was any type of crazing in it. It's not. So though it's got some age on it, I don't think they've had it outside. That's what I'm guessing. Probably kept it in the house. See? All right. Right, Linda. All right, I'm going to set this one aside. And we shall move on to something else. Let's see. let's do, I think what I'll do is, this is a piece of Murano. It's got the little sticker on it. It's a clear piece. It really needs a very, very good cleaning. So it got just a quick wash for me. This is black. Now the inside, I don't know if you'll be able to, you can see the ponto mark on the inside of it. There's black around the top. The only thing, the top is off just it's not like a complete circle. It's off just a smidgen. Other than that, though, it's in great shape. This is going to start, let me tell you. This is going to start at 25 for this. It's got a little bit of weight to it. This is not like, you know, thin glass. This is probably a good, I would say a little over half a pound of glass. And I'll give you a measurement. Top of it's right at a little over 2.5 inches is the opening. It is 10 inches of glass from the top down to the foot. Then you have the little foot. So you could say a good 10.5. That's probably about a 1/2 inch thick. The foot of it is. And it is black. Starts at 25. Let me put that in here. Let's see. It's a Murano. Call it a base. Now it's blown glass, and then it's the applied bottom. I'll get this off right here. Okay. Okay. Blown glass. Applied bottom. Bottom starts at 25. There we go. You can tell this is an older type of vase. It's the old sticker on it. I don't see too many of these though, or I haven't. I'm sure they're out there. I just haven't seen them. These are good scrubbing. Sometimes I get time to clean things up and sometimes I don't. Just like anything else. But I did not. Dang. I had to put the darn measurement in here for you. 2.5. Okay, yeah, now I remember. 2.5 inch by, we're going to say 10.5, and that's counting the foot. There we go. And then, of course, at the bottom, it's a little thicker at the bottom, obviously. So this is right at, hold on. My finger's not working. Yeah, that's kind of a thick round. Yeah, circumference-wise, this is right at 12. So it's bigger than it looks. I'll put like, oh, I see my Becky. I see her. Gonna add her in. There she is.
Hi.
Hello. How are you?
It's been a crazy day.
Yeah, I know. Right?
So Jeff is currently putting an alternator in my friend's van.
Oh, no. Oh,
So somebody else helped tow it to our house so he could work on it.
wow.
So now we're just waiting to see if it's actually that part that needs to be replaced. And if
Right.
it's not, then I get to take them back home a little later. So,
Ooh, lovely.
right?
How nice is that, huh?
Yeah.
Now, does he know how to check the alternator without?
Well, I think that they didn't they have that checker thing?
Yeah.
Multimeter.
They
Yeah.
have that.
The guy who did the tow truck part.
Or the friend's track.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
He's older than me.
Oh, well, that's,
We have one.
Am I hearing you?
sorry.
That's okay.
I don't think we really have a Christmas box.
We do now.
Oh, okay. Barb's repacking some glass, so it's a little loud.
Barb.
You know, I'm going to pop out really quick because I thought I made it as loud as possible, but I really have a hard time hearing you. So I'll be right
Okay.
back.
All right. All right. So Becky's coming in. Hello, Mary. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. All right. So I've set the Murano glass space aside. So if anyone's interested, they can yell at me. Like, Paula, give me that. Okay. Give Becky time. There she is. Now we'll bring her back again.
Feast or famine on the microphone today. It's
There we
either
go.
no.
I can
What's
hear
it?
you. Oh, is it too loud now?
Yeah. Now I get to turn it down. See, but if I turn it all the way up, then I can control it finally. But if it's not high enough, I can't hear anything. So
Exactly.
I think we got it now.
Okay. Good.
So now find us on YouTube so I can see the chat.
Yes.
So I don't want to interrupt. I don't know what you were doing, and I have no clue. I don't have anything else. I had to go. Yeah, it's been an afternoon.
I know. Yeah. No, I was showing a Murano vase. I don't know if you got to
Nice.
see it. Very pretty. It's a pretty vase.
Oh yeah.
It's an older piece.
Does it have a black base?
It does. It's got the black footed.
Nice.
It's got a
It's
nice.
it's got nice simple lines. It's kind of elegant.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a nice space. I found this at my little honey hole place.
Nice.
I found it.
There we go. Oh, let's see. Quick, there it is.
That's
It's kind of the hurricane kind of.
It is. That's cool.
shape with the black base and rim. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's real pretty. And it's got a little bit of weight to it, obviously.
Oh yeah.
With that type of glass. It's a little thick. And I've only been shown a few things, so nothing I've sold yet. So I'm going to just let you jump in if you're
You're
ready.
gonna let me jump in. You're gonna let me do stuff too. Let's see. I put some smalls to the side when I was rearranging.
Okay.
So let's just do that.
All right.
I showed this one last night from at Trisha's,
Yeah.
but it didn't sell. So it's just a little bitty spun glass one,
Oh,
like a little fruit bowl, and it has all these little fruits. It's got a pineapple.
oh, how cute is that?
It would be a $5 start. I have no clue what this fruit or vegetable is, quite honestly,
Okay.
because it's about the size of a pineapple, so it can't be a cherry.
Right.
These ones kind of look like cherries. And then there's the grapes, which are very similar, but it doesn't have a stem on it.
Oh, okay.
And then there's this prickly one in green. I'm not sure what that is either.
Starts
No.
at
Use
5.
your imagination. And then there's one banana that goes in the fruit bowl. So that's the little blown glass, spun glass.
I like it.
It's cute.
It really is. I'll put in 5 for myself. If nobody else is going to jump in, I would think somebody would have jumped all over it.
2 inches tall and about 2.5 inches across.
Goodness,
So,
Paula.
I had that spun piano that I got in West Virginia that I put up on one of my sales. So that's why I pulled this out. And actually, I have a choice too. I have a little bird bath one with a little
Cute.
bird attached.
Yes, I like that too.
So, but I like the fruit. I like the fruit basket. I think
Yeah, I do
it's
too. It's just,
clever.
I guess, because of the different coloring in it. I think that's what I like
Yeah,
about it also.
kind of like
Yes.
miniatures.
Yeah.
Hmm.
All
So,
right. Anybody else can jump in also. So right now the offer's 5. And she's got a
okay.
choice.
I'm
She's
gonna have
got
to
a
get me
bird
some sticky notes out again.
bath.
I ran out of sticky notes.
She's got a bird bath and she has the bowl of fruit.
The bird bath is just a little bit taller with the bird,
Mhm.
not including the.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a bluebird, or I don't know. It's not exactly any specific bird, but he's got blue wings, blue feathers.
Oh, he's cute. I call
Yeah.
him a bluebird also.
So, hi, Chris. Ancestral Beginnings. I know your name. You were just on with her, weren't you?
Yep. Sure was.
Is it Mary?
Yes,
Yeah,
very
I
good.
got it right. Hi, Mary.
You did it.
you just never know after this week. I tell you what.
After a while, everybody's names kind of are, you're thinking it's one thing, and I've been way off other times. I'd be like, oh, okay. Don't know who that
Right?
is.
It is. It's weird.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. Is somebody counting down for you, or are you doing it yourself?
I guess I'll do mine.
I didn't know if I have not been on enough to see if that was happening.
Yep.
I need to get some more to drink sometime too.
You do that whenever you want.
Okay.
Well, one's going 12. Okay, Chris has got it. Chris is doing it. Thank you, Chris.
There we go. Nice. Thank you. You got 25 people watching. That's nice too. It's a good run.
Yeah. I
I'm
love our
gonna
lovely friends.
scroll back up and see who's in here. I see.
Yeah.
Hi, Michelle and Bonnie,
Thank you, Chris. Appreciate that.
Linda Punky. I thought I saw. Did I see Geneva or?
Geneva's
Yep,
here.
there she is. Leanne.
Yep.
Hey,
Leanne.
all
Jan
sorts of
is-
people.
Yeah.
Delbert.
Delbert's here. Yep.
Fun.
We
Cool.
got them all.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, I didn't even give Becky time to even go, hello, I'm Becky.
Man.
Y'all probably know who she is, but I guess if anybody's new, we need to let them know.
Oh, sure. We can do that next time around if I get after I get something to drink.
Yep, you go right ahead. And I'll take the fruit bowl, of course. The fruit bowl.
Okay, Leanne. She's not here anymore. Bye, Leanne.
Oh, I'm not here anymore, Becky. Leanne's funny.
All right, I'll be right back.
Yep. All right, what I have next is I have a, I need something dark to put behind this. Oh boy, Paula. I didn't think about that earlier. Let me see if I can find a, I don't think you're going to be able to. It is right there. It's a etched, egg-shaped. It's a piece of crystal is what it is. And the bottom's been ground so you can set it flat. Just like that. It is, the etching is of roses, I believe. That's what it is. You tell me. That's it right there. Darn, I needed my, needed something dark to put behind it, and I don't. Wait a minute. Let's see if I've got anything here. Let's try this. Can you see that any better? Not really. No, not really, Paula. Well, anyhow, it's lovely. There's no nicks to it, no chips. This is going to be, and I don't even know if I wrote it down. I kind of pulled some things at the last moment too to try to get ready. Hopefully I wrote it down. Well, did I or didn't I?
Okay.
Let's see.
I'm back.
You're back. All right. So We're going to start it. Let's start it at 18 because I think it's well worth that. I wish I had something dark to put behind it so you could see what I see. It's a beautiful etched egg piece of crystal. It's been ground on the bottom.
I
So,
see roses.
I'm sorry.
I see roses.
Yeah, it's got roses etched into it. It's a gorgeous little egg. It's in perfect shape.
Throwing stuff.
Sets nice and flat. Starts at 18. Oh, thank you very much there, Dana. Oh, Edward money already. Dang, Edward, you got me. I'm a quarter. Thank you, Chris, for putting that in for me. Appreciate that. You can tell on the top here, it's got a little, well, I don't know what you would consider that. Because, see, it's been ground here, so you can actually either stand it up or you can lay it flat. One or the other. Right there. There. It looks better. That direction. Starts at 18 if anyone's interested in it. Now would be your time to put your offer in. You know what's kind of cool too? If you look through here, you can kind of see I can see it better. I don't know if you can.
Oh, yeah, you can see through to the other side.
Yeah. Isn't that something? Yes, thank you, Jan.
I'm going through a little bag of miniatures.
Are you? Cool. Yeah,
We'll
you
see what comes out.
Yep, little paperweight or a little display, one or the other. You can use it either way. But anyhow, you can stand it up. You can leave it flat. I don't have any. I was thinking like if you had one of those little stands.
Oh, yeah, like the little egg cup stands.
Yeah.
Or sometimes they have them for rocks, too, that are like for spears.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that's not coming out. I needed a dark piece of paper, and I can't believe I did that. But I did not. I didn't even think about it.
Well, I thought you could see it pretty good earlier, so it wasn't bad. I could see the details. So
yeah, this is about as good as it's going to get.
Yep. The dark side of Paula's hand.
Yes. I'm going to set it aside. And we're going to bring up. You ready, Miss Becky?
Sure.
Okay.
Let's see. I have I found in my little bag of miniatures, I have 3 choices of wades. And last time I just put them up for $3 each. I'm good with that. This is that orangutan.
Oh yeah.
In the skirt, like he's from the circus one, if I remember right.
Oh yes.
So $3 first orangutan in the chat to claim him. And then this is one of those monkeys with a big tail. I don't remember his name, his specific style of name.
Yep.
So let's just put monkey in the chat for him. $3. They all have the mark on them. I don't have my light on. Let's try this. Let's blind me.
Blind yourself.
There we go. Find the weight. There it is. There's the weight mark right on the back side there.
I see it.
And then the third choice for $3, put beaver in the chat.
Uh-oh. We got a beaver.
We do. And that is his mark right there, right on the back side.
Yep.
So
beaver, monkey, or orangutan.
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 You can't hold them all at the same time. It's just almost impossible.
I know it. Unless you got really big fingers and man hands to do it.
There. 1, 2,
there you go.
3.
Like that.
What I told Trisha last night. I'm like, the fingers start making rude gestures if you start holding enough things at one time.
That's the truth, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yippers.
We got anybody?
So I'm gonna be quick today, Paula.
I see that. Randy's here. Wait a minute. Did I see Randy?
Jan. Yeah, Randy's there. Well, Edward was there saying clear. I don't see Randy on there.
Okay, I don't either. Maybe she was meaning Edward. I don't know.
Did I miss it? I don't even see anybody referring to. Oh, yeah. Jan says hi, Randy.
Yeah, I thought so. I was going to say, am I seeing things?
I don't see any comment at all. Not even retracted a comment.
I was going to say, normally we would see him doing that. I haven't seen Randy in a while.
I think he was in for a little bit last night.
Was he?
Yeah.
She meant Edward. Okay.
No, there you go.
All right. The Wades.
Edward's alter ego.
All right. Yep. I'll take all 3 of your Wades then.
Are you? You don't need to do that.
Well, I mean,
if you want them, you can have them, but you don't have to get them.
I'm not doing it. It's not a pity. It's not a pity bid.
All right. Sold to Miss Paula.
Yep. Okay.
You're gonna have some box when I get to see you.
I was gonna say, so are you, because I'm like, and not that you've been buying a lot from me, but things I've been finding, and
like, you're finding stuff.
This is for Becky. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yes, definitely. All right. The next thing up is gonna be.
I don't know what that is. Interesting.
These little ashtrays. These are in a coaster, kind of like a coaster,
Oh yeah, it's the set with the holder.
Yep, there is 4 in it. Now on the bottom of these are actually painted Ellen Rutledge, signed each one of these. These are gold gilded all the way around them. And then each one of them, Ellen Rutledge. These are going to start at, let's start these at 18. Even the bottom of the holder is Ellen. I think it's Ellen. Yeah, I think. I didn't know if it was Ellen or Eileen. I don't know. It looks like you put a dot there.
Oh, yeah. Looks like they're hand painted, like a hobby kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not a hobby piece, just the thing of the day. That's what people did, is they painted pens.
Right. So, yeah, these are starting at 18. If anyone's interested in them, I'll give you a quick measurement on them. The case is right at 3 inches. The ashtrays are right at just a little over, almost 2 1/4. And yeah, 2 1/4.
Ooh.
4 of them total. No chips or cracks in any of them. Signed Ellen Rutledge on each piece and on the bottom.
I've been trying to make piles for things to go to the booth, things to go to the next sale, things that need to be packed. Makes for a mess around here.
Oh, you're right. So, anybody?
Okay.
All right, I'll set them aside. We'll bring Miss Becky back up.
Okay. I was going to see if I have a book. I thought this was really fun. It's Dress Your Ginger Man. It's for cookie decorating. So
wow.
like, using the same ginger man cookie cutter shape to do it in all different kinds of patterns for different times of the year. But actually what's kind of fun is that we do this with the kids, their aunt, my sister-in-law,
right,
made cookies. She worked for a bakery for a while. Mm-hmm. And at Christmas, they'd bring a whole bunch of them and the kids would decorate them all different ways. They turn them upside down or they turn them sideways and just have a fun time making them into different things instead of just doing Ginger Man. So this is a fun way to get some inspiration for different themes and such. So it'll be a $5 book, $5 start. Originally $14.99. And yep, see there's like the karate one. And she's a waitress, but I'm thinking she's missing something. But you know, just saying. Disco girl. It was really fun to see what the kids came up with when they would make their decorate their cookies. So
yeah.
Oh look, here's even a bride.
Sure is.
But it is 128 pages. And I was going to look for the copyright on it. It just had this is a fun page too.
Mm-hmm.
All the different, I think it's almost the same as the front. It's got some of the same ones on it. Oh, it came out of, oh, no, it didn't. Never mind. It looked like the Safeway logo, but different. It was a publishing company with the same similar logo. 2010. 2010 is the copyright on it. So, and it's got the flaps on it, so you can like put it in to save your place on both the front and the back. So, and let's see, it's got, this is the list of all the different suggestions for different designs, and then even for making your cookies. So that's my choice on the gingerbread creative cookie design. I think I heard Jeff say the van started, so that's cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. This van's been through the ringer that she's had.
Really?
RC's been through it. Yeah, they've replaced the starter, the ignition switch, the something else with the ignition, and now the alternator.
Wow.
So, yeah. Sorry, Leanne.
I'll make cookie.
Yeah, and she does them with my sister-in-law does them with sugar cookies instead of gingerbread.
Oh, yeah.
So then everybody's having a fun time. They're like, oh, I think I want to eat this one next. So they're fun. Even the kids when they're older, into their later teens, had a really fun time making cookies like that. So they're spending time with their cousins.
Exactly. Gives them something to do too.
Yep.
Good memories to have, actually.
Mm-hmm. And they always had to do a bikini gingerbread too every year.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, what I have up next is, this is a native.
Are you having snacks on your side?
You know, I could tell that my sugar was starting to drop, and I was like, did I eat earlier? And I think I forgot to eat.
Oh, no. Well, good. I'm glad you're doing what you need to do for you.
So what I have actually is a piece of candy. It's actually like a jawbreaker. So forgive me, everybody, but I may have to grab me something to just eat here shortly. This is like a fossil.
It is a fossil.
Not like, it is. That's what I meant. I don't know why I said like a fossil. It is a fossil. And this was actually, what I looked up was, this is actually, oh, dang. And I bet you I didn't write it down.
My mom would be tisking me because I should know what that is.
What the
fossil is.
Yeah, and I can't remember now what it was I looked up. Oh, wow. That bugs me. Hold on a minute. Where's my phone? Hold, please.
Sure.
Yeah, Becky, you've been everywhere. You've been all over the place, haven't you?
Yep. I was just seeing if I heard them right that the van started. So she's collecting collecting all her things for heading out. So.
It's like a cat to you, Leanne. It's not a cat.
You're getting dinner.
I'll be right back.
All right.
I know you got a candy in your mouth, but I'll be right back. Sorry, they're going to head out.
Okay. goodness. Where is this piece? But it's a fossil. There was a name that I found. But that's not it. That's what you get for not writing it down when I found it. Because this is showing feathers. It's not a feather. No, it's not a feather. But anyhow, but it is a fossil. Maybe somebody else can look it up. That's the front. And then here's the back of it. Got more detail in the front, obviously. But this is native made. The only problem I seen with it was right here, which I'm sure somebody can fix this. But somebody, looks like they tied this, like it came undone. And this little thread came off, starting to come undone. So that's something you'd need to fix on it.
Okay, sorry.
No problem. It's got a glass beads right there. This is going to start at 18.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone's interested in it. This is the top of it.
Does that adjust too? Like if you pull the two knots away from each other, does that make it smaller? Sometimes they're like tied around each other and then they like slide over each other.
I don't think so.
Okay.
If it is, it's not doing it, or I don't know what I'm doing with it.
Good news is they're heading out and the car started. So,
well, that's great.
Jeff's a pretty good mechanic. So,
yeah, good for Jeff that he knows how to do all that stuff too. Saves you a lot of money.
He watches a lot of YouTube videos. So,
yeah.
But it's awesome because then, we can get some of those things done on the fly like that.
That's right. Okay. The necklace itself, down to the first bead, is right at 12 inches.
Yeah. The only one I didn't let him do was my brakes when it was so stinking hot here.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, no, it's not worth it. The time-wise that it'll take and how hot it'll be, I'm like, I'll just have them done and we'll be done and done.
Good. That's good. He knows how.
That's funny, man. Yeah, he's got his dad's motorcycle now, so he wants to work on that some, but he's having a hard time because they've discontinued the parts.
The Yan sees a cat when she sees this.
Oh, I see a cat.
Oh, I see what she's saying.
Or a caterpillar. You know those caterpillars with the dots on the back of them?
Yeah.
But it's like a shelled creature.
Yeah.
Is
it is.
The fossil.
Uh-huh.
But yep, I see a cat.
All right, I'm gonna set it aside.
Okay. I'm gonna do a little grouping of miniatures.
Okay.
So it's a $3 start just because they're fun for the little miniature shelf. This one is a walnut that somebody took the shell and carved it out and made it flat. So wrong way.
Nice.
PHK in 1991 took this shell and made it into a little basket. And that'll come with this little pewter person. But I have not figured out who this is. So, it wants my eyeball. Other side. There we go. Other than, I don't know, Noah's wife, the hooded person.
Yeah.
Somebody clutching a book. I didn't think it was a man. But
hey, Aaron.
Wearing a robe. And then this little praying kid in plastic. So this little group will be $3. start. You know, back when I was a kid, we had those type cut trays.
Uh-huh.
And you hang them on the wall with all the little spots in it. I believe that's what all these came out of, was something like that.
Okay.
Because I got a bag full of them. Listen, stay in the basket.
That's
there
right.
we go.
Stay there, lady.
That's right. You need to stay here to be seen for the lot. So they're all just little itty bitty, just tiny ones. There you go. Linda's got it. Trilobite. Hi, Erin. Oh, Chris took it down. I didn't even see what she put in. There we go. Now I got them. And the girl's backwards, but she's there praying.
That's cool.
This lady's clutching the book. There must be a lot of prayer needed in this grouping with the basket. That's my offerings. And they're short and sweet because they're just little tiny. The basket, though, they must have sprayed it with some sort of lacquer or something because it's really shiny. It almost looks like plastic.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Because I'm like, really? But it's got to be a real walnut shell because of the inside. Because you're not carving that out like that. So, but they must have sprayed it with a shellac or something. That's why it looks shinier. So, thank you for your consideration.
All right.
There they fit together now. Stay in your basket. Stay in your lane, ladies.
Stay in your lane. Okay. Up next, what I have is I'm going to do it's an earring lot. You're getting both of them. Well, these were the shell earrings.
Oh, yeah.
And then these were made, these are actually like the lever backs. These were made in Hong Kong. Says it on them. All right. May not show it up, but it's right there. Made in Hong Kong. These actually have a glow to them.
Yeah, some of that white stuff just is like totally reflects that black light really well.
Mm-hmm. My battery's starting to get a little weak. But yeah, so those are glowing. And this lot is going to be that one. All right, you start at 12 for both pieces. Get my fingers working here. Just the earrings. Right, Leanne?
Or the roller skating rink.
That's right. The only thing I've seen on this one is it does have one ring and it's missing the insert. Right there. It is missing the little piece right there. It's not like you'd be able to tell it, but I'm pointing it out to you anyhow, so you'll notice that it's missing. These is made in Hong Kong. Let me give you a measurement on them. And the clip down right at 2 inches. And on the seashell, they are right at 3 inches. I'm getting both pair. Starts at 12. If anyone's interested in them, 6 pair.
All the dangles.
All dangles.
Are they lightweight?
Yeah, actually, the white ones are very lightweight. Now the shells are a little heavier, but still not like real heavy.
Yeah.
But they're heavier than the white set. This is the back of these. but not like, I don't like really heavy earrings myself.
Yeah.
So these aren't like so heavy that they'd be uncomfortable. All right, I'm going to set these aside.
I don't barely ever wear earrings anymore. I don't know why. They just, it's too hot.
Oh.
I wear them more with my Scandinavian ones. That's about it when I go to the lodge and stuff. But so along the same lines for the type cut trays, I have 3 pieces of type cut. They are type cuts. This is an M. This one is a B, which actually goes the right direction, except for it looks a little bit odd because that font's supposed to be this way.
Right.
So they're in reverse because they would, they'd line these up in the drawer and then ink them, and then they'd put the paper on it and pull it up. So that's why you see them in reverse. But some of them are mirror images of themselves. And that's a $. So these will be $3 each, and it can be just a choice. If anybody needs, it's really not it's an M. It's not a W. The W would have a little bit wider at the top.
Right.
So it's an M. And if there's people that are interested in more choices of type cuts, I have a bin full that I haven't even gone into yet because I just haven't gone there yet.
Right. Having time.
Mm-hmm. But if somebody's looking for certain letters, let me know and I can look in my thing and see what I can pull out. I don't think it's the same font, and they might be a little bit smaller, but they're always fun for doing initials or first names or stuff like that. I have a little heart one that I have on my shelf that I pulled, that I kept from some other bag of stuff I found one time, but I do have more type cuts. Okay. And there's a lot of space ones, and they're lead, so they're heavy.
Right.
So we had a little, these came in the little mini bag I got, but there was a print shop that went out of business. And they had like an estate sale for them. It was really cool. So they had each set of fonts, the full set of letters, they put up for sale. And I got at least one set. I might have got 2, but they all got thrown in one bin.
Nice.
So
heavy as lead.
Yep.
Heavy as lead.
Heavy as lead. So, all right.
Only
that's my offer. That's where you get your lead foot from.
That's right. Right.
Yep.
Okay. Now let's see here. Let's go with. All right. I've got some little golden books. And these are going to be $4 a piece. This one is Aladdin. And let me see the agent. This is $19.92 on this one. This is Bubble and Guppies. Nickelodeon. And this one goes with that me reader that they have out.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll like talk to you?
Yeah, it talks to you. That's what this goes with. And this is actually 2016. So this is a newer one.
Bye, Leanne.
Bye. That's it. That's the name right there, Edward. That's what I was trying to find. That's the name.
There it is.
Yep, that's it. That's what I found earlier. I don't know why I wouldn't pull it up a little bit ago.
Good job, Edward.
Yeah, thank you. But yeah, that's what it is. So it's a spiritual piece. Aha. Didn't know that part, but I knew that other name. All right. Mike's Dirty, Yucky, Icky, Sticky Adventure. This is
sounds like my day, except for that's that Harold's awful, terrible, whatever day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it wasn't my car, but still, it affected us that way.
Right. And this is a 2001, so these are not vintage. These are newer books. And then the last one is The Tale of Peter Rabbit by Beatrix Potter. And this is 1993. So this one, it's close. We're over 20 years. And I don't think this was ever even opened because it's like in pristine condition.
It's amazing that we find books like that sometimes.
I know.
It's kind of sad.
It is kind of sad. No one ever had it open. Hey, Angel girl.
Hey, Angel.
How are you? So, yeah, these are $4 a piece if anyone's interested in them. So, you have Tale of Peter Rabbit. Rabbit. That didn't come out right.
Roger rules.
And this is a little golden book of Mike's dirty, yucky, icky, sticky adventures. This one is Aladdin, Disney's Aladdin. And the Nickelodeon by Fantastic Field Trip. Guppies and Bubble and Guppies. This one goes with that e-reader, me reader, or whatever it is. Whatever I said it was. Me reader.
Me reader.
Me reader.
Right. I read it myself.
That's right. I read it myself. All right. I'll put them aside.
I have a thimble. It is Poison A. See if we can get it to focus. So it's got floral panels on it. We can start this one at $5. Yeah, different little floral designs with some ebony background, that bright blue background that looks like an iris and the yellow flowers there.
Yes.
Looks like 3 or 4. So that's a duplicate panel. So that's on the front and the back. And then this is between the two.
Gotcha.
So it's all a floral design.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it says it's a good size for your pointer finger.
Yeah.
And the inside is also enameled in a blue color.
Very nice.
And just a nitty bitty. Just a thimble full. Just right under an inch tall and about 3/4 inches wide at the bottom. So, Paula, we could just, I could just send you pictures of my stuff. We don't have to go live.
I'm the only one buying something. What's wrong with me? But I collect thimbles actually. I have a.
Oh, you do?
I have a case that I have them. I have a bunch of them.
Mom got those ones with the ladies from Avon back in the 80s.
Oh wow!
She got all the different decades. Oh, I remember those from a kid.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's definitely a pointer finger size.
Yeah, definitely.
Because when you're doing a button, that's about that right size for pushing that needle through.
Exactly.
So. I mean, y'all can bid against Paula. It's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. Anybody can bid.
I guess I'm the thimble collection. Don't no teasing.
No, I didn't mean it like that. Go ahead and bid. If somebody's interested, get it.
Yep. Let's see. Can it focus it again? Jeez.
There you go.
Trying to get right up in there. There we go.
There you go.
That's a cute little one, though.
It is cute.
I know a lot of people buy the littles like this for souvenirs. So when you go places. So, all right. Off to Paula's box it goes.
I'm not a thimble girl. You're not a thimble girl. You could be.
Oh, you like Cloisonne? I was just surprised to find one Cloisonne in there. There's a couple other thimbles, but they're location ones.
Oh, yeah. Okay, let me. Thank you, Chris. Guess I'll buy things. I'll just buy. I guess I'll buy them.
I didn't know you collected thimbles. I don't know why.
I have a thimble collection.
So
I have a little showcase, that they said.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kind of like the spool cabinet in a way.
Yes. Sure do. All right. Up next is, let me pull this up first. There we go. Nope. shoot. There we go. All right. I have a soapstone shaped into a heart.
Oh, those are fun.
Yeah. It's in perfect shape. Let me...
Hold on 1 second. I'm going to talk to Jeff quick.
Okay. This is made in India. Got the little sticker. It's like it's been painted. I think it's paint. I believe that's what it is. Painted floral. Don't know what type, but it's cute. With this too, I put a little brooch in there. This is like dolphins. It's a dolphin brooch. They got little rhinestones in their eyes. Whoop. I'm back. It's in great shape. Nothing's wrong with it. I don't know who made it. Silver tone. There we go. And
okay.
Yes. Well, this is going to be, starts at $8. I don't know if that's painted, or I wasn't sure if it was abalone or if it was paint. Maybe it is abalone.
Well, they do like a lot of that inset stuff into the soapstone.
Right. Could be.
Can you catch your finger like on the edge of the flower? Your fingernail, not your finger.
Right. I mean, it feels like it's, it's etched in there, obviously, but I don't know about what's actually there.
Okay.
So I don't know. But I did think abalone to begin with, and I thought, well, I'm not sure. So I didn't want to say it was.
Well, yeah.
So I just don't know. I couldn't tell. Usually I can tell, but I just couldn't tell with that one. This is almost 2 3/4. It's the soapstone length. And the brooch is right at 2 inches. So it fits in here just lovely. So you're getting both pieces. And it starts at $8.
Those are cute. Mm-hmm. I used to have tons of trinket boxes.
Yeah?
Especially hearts, because that's what I collected when I was a kid.
Right.
Yeah, Angel Girl, I kind of think it might be inlaid as well.
It could
At least the petal portion of it.
Right.
It might be ink, like where the stems are and such.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it probably is. It does just a great job on it.
Linda's like, thank you, maybe. The answer to the question is, I don't know.
I don't know. But it could be. So $8, you get the box and you get the little brooch. So I'm setting that aside also. Bring this back up.
I have 4 other little thimbles, and they're souvenir ones. So I'm fine with doing a $2 claim on these. So this one is an Alaska. It's kind of got that carnival oil slick kind of finish on it.
Yep.
Made in China. Let's see. This one is Blue Ridge Parkway with a little, like a deer and a black bear on it.
Yep.
That's where the sticker was originally. There's nothing else on there. San Antonio. That's where my nephew's getting married in October. And that looks like the Alamo, I believe.
Yep, it does. Yeah, it says the Alamo.
I can't read what's right under it.
It says the Alamo and then something else.
It's like Gesso or Jas something. It's like a copyright, JAS 90.
Oh.
So maybe who created it. And then this one has a bird on it. Looks like a robin with that red belly.
That's pretty. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I suppose it could be something else that it's a little more yellow.
Yeah.
I kind of expected it to be a robin, but it can be whatever bird you want it to be.
Yep.
And so those are just a $2 choice. So we'll have Alaska choice, robin. We're going to call it, bird. San Antonio, and Blue Ridge.
All right. $2 a piece. Can't beat it.
Yep. I mean, you don't even have to go there to get a souvenir. One of them had an original price in it. Or at least from the gift shop. Oh, I thought I saw it. Oh, there it is. The $250 price tag in 1990 something.
Wow.
I don't think you can get them that cheap anymore.
I don't either. They probably want like $6 or $8.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, I'll take the robin one.
Take the bird.
Take the bird.
Well, look at what it, ironically.
How about that?
I'll give you the bird, Paula.
Becky's giving me the bird. Go figure.
Right? Okay.
Let my typo die. I know what you meant.
Right? Exactly. That's funny because I did a science fair project, and so did one of my kids. They called it just like to die or not to die with the word DYE in it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is a necklace that is chunks of shell.
It's like the middle curly part.
Huh?
The middle curly parts
Yeah.
in some of them.
Yep. And it is actually, see how I think I've measured it. I was trying to be a little more organized tonight.
No, you've got to be more organized than me.
Well, I mean, you have a reason. You have a reason. Ah, don't call me now. Not now. It's just my mother giving me a hard time. Okay.
Yeah, Mom called me tonight. She's like, when are you coming over? I'm like, not for a while. Like tomorrow, maybe?
Okay. Necklace is right at, okay, so it's 13 inches long. It's a pretty good size one. It's real pretty. Do you ever take a day off from reselling?
Do you have a question? I take a day off?
Yeah, they're asking you.
Well, this week it's been really full because I had my regular Tuesday. I did my Trisha was last night. It's just kind of how it fell for I've almost been on her channel once a month, which is kind of fun.
Yeah.
And then second Sunday we do a Facebook sale. So that's where that one fell this month, was today. And since Paula asked me to help fill in a little bit, that's where we are. So no, we kind of live reselling because that's the next thing I need to do is pull stuff from my booth to put out in my booth. So, and we go to live shows. So yeah, it's kind of my job is what it's turned into being. So those are fun. I wonder if somebody got that as a souvenir too.
This her necklace?
Yeah.
They might have.
We saw a lot of those like on the seaside, like LA or like on the coast, or even like down in Texas, anywhere coastal.
Right.
Florida has all the shells, kind of things like that for souvenirs. I don't know
if I even told you how much this started at. It started at 18. Sorry about that, Chris. I'm paying attention.
All right. Is it a purpley kind of color to the shell too?
It is. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, there you go. Oh, like they took, they like crumbled them all up, made little beads out of them.
Yep, they sure did.
That's still a lot of work to string that up.
That's what I said. Yeah, and then they got, the little beads in between them. I mean, it took them a little bit, and it's got a little bit of weight to it. I mean, it's not a light little piece. I don't have my scale over here. I was going to see how much it weighed, but yeah, they did a pretty good job on it.
Mm-hmm. The kids like those.
Oh, yes. Yep. Mm-hmm. Thanks, Lucinda. All right, I'm going to set it aside. Bring Miss Becky back up.
Okay, I'm going to save my document quick so I don't forget here. I'm multitasking. If I tell you what, one of the best things that I ended up with at the beginning, towards the beginning of this year, was Jeff making me a spreadsheet for reselling. It saved me so much time.
I bet.
Because then I'm not handwriting everything and then re-entering it and rewriting it. So yeah,
that's the best way.
It's been great. So I have a lot of little wooden ornaments. So it'll be $3 for all three of these together. So there's a little rabbit holding an Easter egg. And they remind me of the German, but I know they did a lot of these mass produced as well. So I don't know where they came from. This one looks a little more handmade. It's a little rocking horse. It looks like it was hand
carved.
Painted or designed, because it's got a little bit of some more design to the rocker. And then the third one in this group that you would get is this little bitty angel.
Yeah.
Her little bitty face. It's got both her wings.
Yeah.
And yep, there's no.
Kind of looks like they made that out of a chess piece.
Yeah.
Don't it?
It looks like they wrote a price or something on it, but I don't think it's anything. So they all have little hangers on them too. So for a little tree or for a gift tag even, those are kind of fun.
Yeah, they are.
So that'll be a $3 for the lot of ornaments.
There you go.
And they are all little minis. Not to be redundant or anything, but
well, hey,
tiny. I kind of like the angel the best. I like her face.
I was going to say, I think I like her the best too, out of those.
She is barely an inch tall. So one of her wings is a little bit kittywampus, but they're both attached. So they're just a little bit different angle from one to the other. Okie dokie. Look out. I'm like, let's go, Paula. Next.
Right? Get it going, Paula. Get it going. All right. What I have next is these are carved wooden flowers.
Oh, those are cool.
Yeah, and they even got the little thorns.
Wow.
Isn't that neat? These are going to be, you get 4. It's going to start at $8 if anyone's interested. This one's got a little bit of a crooked little stem.
Those are neat.
Yeah. Somebody put some work into them.
There was a place I saw some little, I don't know, video advertisement. Right, those are cool. They had wooden flowers for like making a bouquet. Like they're really like wooden shavings, but they're not just like those typical fair ones that are just the roses, the rosebuds. But those are neat. Somebody took some time to make those.
Yes, they did. Yeah, they did a good job on them. And this is the last one.
I would guess that would have been somebody who did some fairs or something too, like a wood carver or somebody like that. Those are very unique, Paula. Then the addition of the thorns, that's just got great detail.
That's what I thought. Because to start with, I was like, is this a real, I was trying to figure out no.
So do you think it's a real piece of thorn bush that they put that on?
No, I thought so at first, but I thought, no, it's not. But they did a good job that it kind of looks like it, don't it?
Yeah, because those are usually hollow and lighter weight. The stems are the stems of the rose bushes, like from my mom's house. When she cuts them off in the fall, you can see like the hollow section of the stems.
Right, and these aren't. So
yeah.
How long are these? These are this one is 15 and a half.
Oh, yeah, they're longer than a foot. Yeah, Edward.
No, it's like they tried to be consistent on the roses. 15 and a half. I'm close to it now. I might be off a couple of little marks. And this is closer to 16. And then the little crooked flower is right at almost 13 3/4. Yeah.
Those would be great in some of those swung vases.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they would.
They're almost a mid-mod even feel to them too, those roses.
Yeah. Yeah, the way they made them. So you got one dark and then two light. I like the way they did the different wood here.
Mm-hmm.
That was cool. All right, so these are $8 for all 4 of them. All righty.
I'm trying to come up with the name for the company who made these miniatures, and is it Hagen Reneker? I just spelled it really bad. Yeah, that's who it is. Where they used to come on the little cards.
Oh, yeah.
And so that's what brand this little steel is, the little porcelain miniatures. And he survived the whole little junk, miniature bag, all his flippers and everything. So this little steel will be $3 start. I remember we used to sell these still even at Hallmark in the 90s. Mm-hmm. And they'd have the whole family, the mama, the baby, the daddy, all the different sizes of the animals. Right. And the little itty bitty like ducklings and stuff, super cute. So he's about this big. Kind of disappeared into my background, sorry. So about 1.5 inches long, 1.25 inches tall. And at his widest, let's see, almost 2 inches wide, because his flipper, like his tail curves out farther than his flipper on that side. Mm-hmm. So 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches by about 2 inches. But they made some really cute little characters.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't even know. That'd be a good question, is if they're still making them or not. So.
Yeah, if anybody knows.
Yeah. We might have to put that in the Google and see what it tells us.
That's right.
I think it's Hagen and then
Reneker.
Yeah.
Hagen Reneker.
I think it's I can't even do that. I can spell, but not cooperate. Let's see. Renenaker. There we go.
Reneker. It's like Amazon still sells them.
Yeah. The other thing is when I was younger, my dad and I made a miniature, like a house.
Uh-huh.
And we used to have a store downtown that sold just miniatures. Like it was a hobby shop just full of miniatures. Which amazes me that there were stores that were so specified to little niche markets like that. So, and I remember they had these there too for that, because they did other things other than just critters and animals too. So, but they didn't last much longer. Into the 80s, if that.
Right.
Thing. So,
pretty cool though.
Yep. Yeah, they are delicate. They are pretty durable considering, because mine, would fall off the shelf occasionally.
Right.
They balance pretty well.
Okay, let's see. All right. Here's the Little Swan. I showed this, I think, in the last sale I had. Might have been the Self Mary. Or Becky. I can't remember. One of them. And this here is $12. If anyone's interested in it. When I looked this up before, I believe it was Duncan Miller. It looked like the most likely suspect for making this. That's the bottom. It's an amethyst color, purple.
Oh, they closed. Sorry, I'm not. You let me know when you're done, and I'll tell you what I found out.
Go ahead. Tell me.
It says that they closed at the end of 2021.
Oh, they probably didn't survive COVID.
They were out of California.
Well.
Yeah. The person who was running it had congestive heart failure.
Oh.
And so they're closing down the business. There's still somebody who's selling to dealers and collectors to sell out their inventory. So that's interesting. You never know. It's always fun to kind of go down a rabbit hole occasionally and see what's happening with companies. I would have
Go ahead, Chris.
I would have thought that they had done it.
Lucinda, you want to, you feel like moderating?
I can throw some stuff in too if you need me to.
Chris has got a FaceTime with her granddaughter.
That sounds like fun.
Oh, yeah. And this is a 7 inches by 4 inches. It's the size of this. $12. Anyone is interested?
Yeah, exactly. Hallmark, miniature stores, hobby shops, gift shops. It says that they made each piece by hand with pride in the USA.
See? Wow.
Mm-hmm. There's another one. Not going to exist anymore.
Huh. Yep. That's the sad part. Pandemic seemed to take out a lot of businesses. You know?
Well, I think that, that's what we've talked about a lot too, is a lot of businesses are, their owners or whoever operate them are aging out.
Right. That too.
And then they're, if they have family or whatever, they don't want to take over the business and it just ends up closing. So. That's right. Cinder's like cheerleading. Let's go.
Let's go. All right. I'll set that aside. Okay. Becky?
Okay. I have a choice of 2 wooden miniatures. This one is a barrel. It says Charleston Grits Mill. So somebody was making these by hand for somewhere as a souvenir, and it's got sand or something on top that's supposed to look like whatever they ground up at the mill or made at the mill. So it's like a little barrel.
That's pretty cool.
So these will be $2. We just do quick claim on the barrel. Or the other one I have is like a reproduction of a jar of peanut butter. So it says schoolboy peanut butter. Let's get it right there.
That's pretty cool too.
And it looks like it's got it on there 3 times. So they color printed the label and put it on a wooden, it looks like silver, like a can, but it is definitely wood.
Yeah.
And those are just about 1.5 inches tall and about 1 inch wide. And the barrel with the stuff on top is a little bit taller, almost 2 inches by 1 1/4. Because it's a little bit bigger at the base. So you can claim peanut butter or mill. I love these little miniatures. They're so much
fun. I think they're cute,
They are. I would probably put this one in a little shelf if I had one going still.
Right.
My parents, growing up in the antique world, you just kind of get appreciation for certain things.
Sure
my mom, they had a wall that my mom like wallpapered in old labels and ads out of old magazines. It was maybe 3 foot wide, give or take, from floor to ceiling in the kitchen. And she just put all these different ads and labels that they had found new old stock in back in the day. It's just one of my fun memories.
Yeah, exactly.
So
barrel or peanut butter. That's right. I know, aren't these them little miniature? I know there's a big following for the miniatures too, Becky.
So, yeah, I think it's a great thing for it's a great way to encourage kids or the younger generation to collect things, because there's always something they can pick up at a show.
That's right.
I heard that. Jeff grabbed some food, so he's going to go eat.
Oh, good.
Yeah, he's been working on that van since about 2:30-ish, give or take.
Good grief.
Yep. So, all right, you gonna switch back to you?
Yep, switching
okay.
back.
I'm like,
you're like, come on, Paula, let's do something. All right, I'm going to show the Ellie Smith Stars and Bars amber color fairy lamp.
That's the big whopper fairy lamp.
It's the big one. It's actually, let me see.
You know, after this, I have one more miniature, and then I have to figure out something else to show.
This is right at 8.5 inches tall. So it's a pretty good size. There's no chips, no cracks on it.
I haven't finished unpacking everything yet because I'm going to bring some of it to my sale on Tuesday night.
Oh, okay.
Okay. You got all the good stuff. You got wontons, spring rolls.
Oh, he got the good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, have you eaten yet? Have you got to eat?
No, but it's fine because he was working on the car. I'm like, I can't make anything. Why don't you just go get something? It'll be nice and hot and you can eat right away because, you know, it does.
There's only a little, I feel it right here, a little. Oh, yeah, you can see it. Okay, right there.
Oh, did you have a start price for this? She has all the other information.
Oh, $30 to start it. Other than that, it's in great shape. Yep.
Oh, super fun. Okay.
All right, I'm going to set it aside.
That's probably a good couple pounds of glass, too.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. It's a little heavy.
I'm going to go Colorado on you.
Oh, here we go.
So I have a couple different postcard things. Do you want me to do them all at the same time?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I have a group of vintage postcards, and they're all different scenes from Colorado. There's 17 in the group, and it's $5 a group. So as many people want them, I bought a big box full of postcards, so I have more than enough. That's at Garden of the Gods, and that's a Moffat Tunnel that goes through the mountains, the Broadmoor, downtown Denver.
Now, how are you selling these? Like as a group of each?
A whole group, 17 different scenes for $5.
Wow, that's a good price, people.
So whoever wants a group can just put Colorado postcard in the chat, and you get all the different scenes. I was just trying to get through the whole thing once.
Mm-hmm.
That's from Rocky Mountain National Park, some Red Rocks Canyons. Oh, wrong way. Dang, StreamYard. And so, yeah, 17 different ones. And I have enough for everybody. I just put together, Jeff and I sat and collated some postcards to put out in my booth.
Right.
So I can put some of those out. And then the other choice I have these little bitty books that they made. So this is a regular postcard size. And these are like a mini. So they're like half the size of a postcard.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And they're bound with that little plastic one. So they're full color. And I have a couple of this style. I have 4 of them. And same thing, we can make these $5. So this one would be Colorful Colorado if you want to claim one of these in the chat. And it tells you where each place is. So like that's a Stonewall, Colorado, Mount Princeton, because we have like, I don't know, a whole bunch of 14ers. Spanish Peaks, which is south. Chimney Rock, Wolf Creek Pass, that's in that song.
Yeah.
Going down to Gunnison, not Gunnison. Where is that? Durango. I was going to Durango. This is a Royal Gorge. Mount Blanca in the Sangre de Cristos. St. Elmo, which is our one of our ghost towns. But lots of people like to go up there and go four-wheeling. And then Beaver Creek on the back. Nice. And then the last choice for $5. This is the only one I have. And it has Pikes Peak right there on the front, I believe. Oh, Echo Lake, Mount Evans. Wrong lake. Right here. Denver, the Capitol building. I can't read them when they're that close to my face.
Right.
Lookout Mountain, where Buffalo Bill's grave is.
Have you been to all these places? Or
Big Thompson Canyon, a lot of them.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we vacationed in Colorado when I was a kid.
Right.
Mount Sporus.
Sporus?
That one.
A lot of pretty scenery there.
Royal Gorge. We've been to Royal Gorge several times. That's a big, it's one of the biggest suspension bridges. And then they have a train that goes at the bottom of the canyon, and you can ride something down the side of it.
Oh, wow.
As well. And
Hey,
then the last one on the backside. So yeah, when I was a kid, we did all the train stuff and the history around the state because that's what my parents liked.
Right.
And I've ridden every train that existed in the state of Colorado. I rode.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah, lots of them don't exist anymore. And then one of the fun things they did when I was really little is they had a popcorn wagon that they made popcorn and sold it on the street corner in Cripple Creek during the summertime.
How about that?
Yep, they go up each weekend.
Yeah.
So, yep, those are my Colorado postcard options. So, yeah, kind of fun stuff.
Jeff finally saying he's finally sitting down.
Right?
Bless your heart, Jeff. That's good that you're a mechanic.
Oh, you moved back to Albuquerque. It's a lot hotter in Albuquerque than it is in Durango. Oh, Lucinda's like, if this continues, you're going to have to make me blue.
You know, I thought I did that, Lucinda. That's what I was thinking that when I asked you, but maybe I didn't.
Silverton and Durango is a fun little railway because it goes back and forth past one of the mines, and you can stop and tour the mine off of the train ride. Whoop, whoa. Sorry. There we are. So yeah, because it goes back and forth past one of the mines.
I know what you're going to say.
Tour the mine. You holla.
See if I can. I'm trying to turn it down,
Train ride,
but I can't. It's hard.
There we are. Should be on the side. A button on the side.
I was going to say I finally found it. Okay.
If I just quit talking, you wouldn't hear me when you opened it up.
Of course, I want you to talk. All right, Lucinda. Take and type something now. But I could have swore I did this last week.
Try it now.
Try it now there.
Well, there's a little lag because it's not coming in.
I see that.
Oh, okay. Yay.
All right, there you go. See, your wish is my command.
Yes, I live in Colorado. I'm in Colorado Springs.
Yep.
Smack dab in the middle of the state. Right next to Pikes Peak. America's Mountain.
Yeah. I know that's a state I always thought was beautiful.
Well, that's pretty.
Yeah. Here is a little precious moments. This is
sorry. I'm reading Lucinda's comments.
Finally somebody. You've always been somebody. Took you 61 years. You've always been someone, especially to us. Safe in the arms of Jesus is this precious moment. This is made in Taiwan, 1992. Now there is a missing. There's supposed to be a tiny little duckling that sits right there, and it's gone. Oh. But other than that, the rest of him, who needs a duck? Who needs a duck anyhow?
Cute.
So I really discounted this one big time because of that. $10 is what this is. If anyone's interested, just put
whatever city that precious moment still is at. Sorry, I didn't give you a claim. Let's say your claim word or whatever.
I was trying to think of what to put on there, and
cloud.
There you go. Cloud. Perfect. Thank you. Becky's going to help me because I can't think.
It's so hard to come up with random words because everybody wants to guess them. And you're like, no, it can't be like precious moment because then everybody just guesses it.
That's right.
But yeah, there's
this is a Nesco.
They have a little Precious Moments chapel somewhere still. I can't remember where it is.
Yeah,
somewhere between here and Springfield, I think.
It is
Springfield, Missouri. Those are cute.
They are. They're adorable. I've always loved the Precious Moments stuff. I know they're not like big like they used to be.
Yeah.
But, I still like them.
We had a Precious Moments figurine as a cake topper for our wedding.
Oh, really? Oh, you had the little bride and groom?
In the car with the little cans like dangling.
I have that one. I actually have that one. Yeah.
Yep. I bought it at Hallmark back in the day when I worked there.
Perfect. 5 inches long and 4 inches wide.
That's right. Lucinda's like, type the secret word.
That's right. Secret word if you're paying attention. So if you want it, $10.
I found a gift shop this trip that had at least 3 cabinets, floor to ceiling, of Precious Moments. They're like 4 foot, 5 foot wide cabinets. And it was at least an 8 foot store, if not taller. And they were just crammed in. The entire shelf was nothing but Precious Moments. No space.
Yeah. They made everything. They did. They made everything.
Yeah. I'm going to have a clown alert. I'm not sure if that's still a thing or not, but he's a cute one.
Oh, he is cute.
He's sitting on one of those, I don't know, if you remember the little
cube, like a Rubik, not a Rubik cube.
Just a little crystal cube, like the Aurora Borealis kind of style.
Yes.
So the crystals that I had found in West Virginia in my box at the auction, he came out of that.
Oh.
It's just a little clown sitting on a cube, just a tiny little guy. He's barely an inch tall. He's got a nice little felt bottom. He's a $5 start. He's got cute little details to his face. He's got buttons, shoes, hands. He's got the little hair tufts on each side in the little crazy colors. So he's a cute little guy. I'm not a big clown fan, but I love the little mini pieces that they made.
Yeah, clowns don't bother me, whether they're evil ones or not.
Tiny.
I like them.
Well, I don't. Yeah, like it. I will pass.
Oh.
Is that the one with the?
That's in the? It's got the yeah. Now that's the horror one. Yeah.
Yeah. My son keeps wanting to get me to watch it. He's like, it's not really scary. I'm like, no.
Yeah, a lot of people wouldn't watch it. Me, I love horror films, though.
Are you claiming him for $5?
I am.
Oh my gosh, Paula. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I like him.
Oh, I'm glad you like him.
Well, no one else is claiming. I just will buy your stuff.
We definitely need to live closer to each other.
We do, don't we? Thank you, Lucinda. All right. Next up.
Now I gotta go find something else, but if you don't mind, I'm gonna take a quick restroom break and I'll find another something to show right when I come back.
Grab you a few bites to eat too if you need to. Go ahead.
Well, that's no fun.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. What I have next is a Wilson tea can. It's in great shape. And it's the bottom. Real cute. And also I have a timer that's a toaster. Now these two, I'm just going to sell them together. If anyone is interested in them, it's going to start at $10. Best price you've seen on these, I'm sure. And I do believe this works. Nope, it's ticking. I don't know if you can hear it. It'll probably go off here in a little while. But so you get both these, starting price $10 for the Wilson tea can and toaster timer. Little vintage pieces. I'm not sure where this one was made. It's got numbers on the bottom. It looks very realistic though. Pretty cool. Oops. There's these numbers. You get both. $10. I'll give you the size of the can. It is right at 6.5 inches tall and 3 inches wide. The toaster is 3.5 long, 2 3/4 wide. And it's still ticking. Where was the toaster made? I don't know. I just know that it has a, it's got it like a serial number on it right there. But I don't know where it was made. It doesn't say. I mean, it could be China for all I know. You know, I have no idea because there's nothing on it that tells you. That's pretty cool. Little chrome toaster. Even got the
All I
red.
come back and all I hear is ticking.
I was gonna say you hear my ticking.
I'm like, what is
Is there a bomb in there? Yeah, I said I think this still works, and I turn it, and of course you hear it.
No, it's a timer. How cute is that?
It's a little timer and a little tea can. They're getting both of them for $10 if anybody wants them.
Yeah, where's the toaster made?
I don't know because that's what's Lucinda asked me. I was telling there was a right there is a number like a serial number, but it doesn't say. I said for all I know it's China. You know,
Patent, like a patent number on the bottom of it?
Yeah, it's a T546, and then it has a bunch of numbers underneath of that.
Oh.
Yep.
Well, I'm going to defer to you all. What do you want to see? What do you want me to pull? Is there any suggestions in the chat?
Yeah, give us an idea of what y'all looking for, because it looks like what we're pulling, what we're showing, no one seems to be too much interested in. Except me with Becky stains.
Paula loves the miniatures. We know that.
I seem to love Becky's stuff. So if y'all have things in mind that you're looking for or you're interested in, let us know, please.
Yeah, I need to. What else do I?
Because I don't know what else to show you either.
I have random stuff, but I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I do too.
Like some paper stuff I could pull, I suppose. That would be easy.
Yeah, I was gonna say I do have some ephemera, but I mean, I guess I could show some of that too. I'm gonna put Becky back up.
I'm just gonna bring the whole basket over.
There you go.
That's easier.
Let's bring it to them.
This is so cute. Look at her little mitten guards. Mittens.
Oh, mittens.
Mitt guards. And it was originally 25 cents, and they still have them on it with the elastic and everything.
And that's some.
Made by Comfort Garter Company.
Yeah.
Let's see. 1949 out of Morris, Minnesota.
Minnesota.
$5. Claim with mitten.
Mitten.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull them up and give them a price and make them quick claims.
Okay. Maybe that's what we should do. That might be easier for us.
Yeah, right, Lucinda? We need some audience participation.
Yes, we do.
Let's see what else is in here.
Y'all give us some ideas.
Oh, okay. I'm going to keep going. Oh, this is so cute.
Working and lurking.
Fashions in Frosting. Smart Shoppers by Beet Sugar.
Oh, wow.
And it is Western Beet Sugar Production or Producers Company out of San Francisco, California, made in the USA. And this little book has graphics about all different ways to decorate with frosting for cakes and cookies and confections and stuff. And it's in the pink, brown, and white, like a Neapolitan graphic.
Yes, yes. That's exactly.
Super cute.
That is cute.
Let's see if it has an expiration date, a copyright date. That's what I want to know. I don't see it. This will be $3. Claim with frosting. And tell me when you're ready.
You go ahead. Do some more. I don't know what. I'm still thinking about what I'm going to put up here.
Okay. Choice recipes compiled by Mezpa Circle of the King's Daughters and Sons out of Peoria, Illinois, 1963. I'm not sure what the King's Daughters and Sons organization is, but I would assume it's something like, Confederate Daughters or something like that, some sort of a lodge or a... Oh, this one they didn't like. They crossed it out. They don't like that.
That's no good. That one didn't like it.
That one. This one they marked in and changed a few things, edited it a little bit. This one's okay. It's got a check mark by it.
Tried and true.
Mezpa Circle. I think Mezpa is that that's that like that you, me, friendship or significant other like coin that you split in half. I think that's what that is. I don't know. But
and you said what year is this?
1963.
There you go.
So $3 for you can claim it with Mezpa because that's an easy word to pronounce and spell. Quick book.
Recipe book.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what else we got in here. I haven't looked at this in a while. Like it's one of those ones that came home and you didn't do much with it. It sits there and you look at it later.
Yep. And then you go, okay, I need to go through this.
Yep. Okay. Repertoire Plays. The Maker of Dreams. I'm not sure if this is a play itself because then this is like the cover has been put over the outside of this, and Maker of Dreams. It is a play, number 8. It has a foreword in it. This edition, first edition, February 1913.
Ooh.
Reprinted with slight corrections, mostly in punctuation, on these pages in April of 1914. And then this presentation edition was made in May of 1914. So with this little fancy cover on it, it's the whole play right inside there.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
1913.
Right? So let's make that $3 and we'll put play as a claim word.
Okay.
So we're not doing groups, we're just doing the quick claim words.
Yep. This
one I have this one's missing the cover. We'll pass on that one. This looks like just some little programs and bits and pieces of stuff. Seasons of the Soul, a book of meditations by Robert Weston. Do you need to meditate? I don't think we have time to meditate, Paul.
I was going to say, I don't think we do either.
They're like poetry, different verses for different seasons. And I'm not seeing a copyright on this one either. Oh, there it is. 33 or 53 right here?
1933, I believe.
So maybe that was when it was originally written. This might have been published a different time. But so poems, $3.
There you go.
And then this one's another one, but it has interesting graphics, but it doesn't have the title on the front. It has Poetry Circle poems in it. from the fall of 1965, issue number 1. So Poetry Circle Publications from 1965.
1965.
Yep. So we'll do, let's do Circle because the other one I said poems on. And this is out of Poetry Circle magazine, published by the UICC English Club. Manuscripts out of room 2104 at the University Hall. So it must come out of a university somewhere.
Yeah.
$3. So there's a bunch of quick ones for me, Paula.
All right. Okay, y'all still awake out there?
I know, Lucinda's on it.
Lucinda's the only one that seems to be awake. All right, let's see. Tell you what, let's do this first. I'm going to put this up. This is a Navajo sand art is what it is. Sand.
Those are cool.
Sand painting. There we go. Now this one, I did look this up, and this is one that is for like healing. Is what this is.
Interesting.
It tells you about the sandblasting on the back. It is signed by someone, but your guess is good as mine. If it's even the artist or somebody just put that on there to try to sell it, who knows? I don't know.
When we went to Four Corners with the kids, they had people out there making those as like a demonstration.
Oh, wow. That would be neat to watch.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah. I'm going to start this one at $18 if anyone is interested. Quick check. Anyone in here?
Anyone? Viewer?
They might be watching somebody else.
Okay, well, I mean, that could be a sign. Depends. That's up to you.
Yep, it might be. So this one's 18. Yeah, because she has her live. I know Leanne has her live at 10.
Mm-hmm.
Who's on now? Somebody comes on Sunday night besides.
One of those, there's a couple of big channels that have stuff.
Oh, yes. That's right. That's probably who they're watching.
Well, you've been on for how long now?
Well, I started at 7.
Oh, 2.5 hours?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty decent, that's nothing to sneeze at.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not anything to sneeze at.
No.
I mean, if everybody would rather us just stop for tonight, I mean, I'm okay with that.
Well, yeah, I mean, not that it's your deal, you get to decide, but there's at some point there's no use of just sitting here talking. I mean, I'll sit and talk to you all night long. We can just go have our own private conversation. That would be fine.
Right. But I don't want to sit here and bore everybody to death and keep showing things that no one's interested in either.
Yeah. So I was just looking through a few other little ephemera lots, but I can do that anytime.
Yeah, that's
for sure. Oh, that's what that is. That's a bummer. This one, the paper was the front and back came off.
Right.
It was old. These would be better for like junk journals or something to save it,
Yep, sure would.
So, but that's up to you. I'm totally up to whatever you want to do.
I mean, nobody's telling us anything. They're not saying anything they're looking for tonight, so.
Leanne's saying she's watching, but she's getting ready for hers, which is totally understandable.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Lucinda's here because I've asked her to mod for us.
Yeah.
Well, she might probably be here anyhow, but I'm sad. My friends aren't talking tonight. It's okay. They might be. There goes my little timer. Did you hear it?
Does that mean time's up?
Time's up. That's it.
Finished. You're done.
We're done. No, don't be sad. I mean, sometimes it's just not your night, and it's not our night.
There's so much going on everywhere. It's hard to, go, to be everywhere at once. And that's what I think there's still a little bit of that summertime stuff going on too. I think it'll go through, August into September, honestly.
Oh, really?
So people start getting back in their regular routine.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's
back
true
to
too.
school and all that stuff too, because I know that
Right, Jeff?
like toast is done.
Yep, toast is done.
Yeah. So Barb was like, "What?" She's like, "You're gonna have to take us back to Denver if you don't mind, if the car doesn't work, because it was her son's first day of school tomorrow."
Oh,
So
Lord, yeah.
she's like, "Yeah, we kind of have to go back up there so we can go to school."
No, that's perfectly fine too, Bonnie. We don't expect everyone to buy every single time we're
Oh
on.
no.
You know, a lot of times it's just fun to talk to everyone in the chat also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and this is something I needed to go through anyway. So
right, I'm gonna say Becky's okay.
Killing two birds with one stone right now.
That's right. Becky's going through her stuff as we're talking. And
I'm gonna have to bag up some of it, I think, for the booth and just have little ephemera lots.
Right.
Because they're hard to show like a whole bunch of littles like
Definitely.
on here.
Yeah.
So yeah. I found one. This one's one about Blue Boy, that painting.
Oh yeah.
You know, I think is it Pinky? I'm not sure if it's Pinky or not for the girl that goes with it, but
right. I think it is Pinky that goes with it.
Yeah. So his little nickname is Blue Boy, and it talks about like the painting itself, who painted it, and so what is 1963 is when this was published. You know, who was Blue Boy? When was it painted? 1770s. It's like one of the most reproduced paintings ever.
Yep, they're saying Pinky and Blue Boy. That's who they are.
And then like little different nuances to the picture, like up close on some of the originals and stuff. This is X-ray details on the Blue Boy, showing the neck scarf and the lower portion of the face of the older man above the head of Blue Boy.
Good grief.
So, yeah, so like a little art like museum kind of information. Cool. This is the old school deep dive.
It sure is. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know, and that kind of stuff is fascinating to me. Yep. I don't know about other people, what other people think about it.
There's the artist. He lived in 1727 to 1788.
Wow. How about that?
I mean, can you imagine having, you know, unfortunately, lots of artists, their works are not realized until they're well gone. But
exactly. Nice, Heather. Nice. She said she was in the same room with that painting last month.
Oh, wow.
How cool is that?
Is that up at the Denver Art Museum? At the dam, as they call it?
At the dam.
Yeah. We went to the Monet exhibit January of 2020 before everything went haywire.
Right.
So, yeah. I mean, wow. This has got some crazy cool stuff in it.
Yeah, Miss Pat's saying, people are in vacation mode, school and etc. Sure. Yeah, we get that.
And I know I get it. I mean, that's what we were doing. Totally understand it. I tried to stay a little connected, but boy, did I feel like out of the loop.
I know you did. You'd be getting on going, what's going on?
What's going on? Who should I be watching? Who's on?
Who's on?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm on restriction. I shouldn't be like
Oh, saguaros. Hey, I saw those in real life.
Oh, cool.
Look I get all my souvenirs.
Look at you.
For me. I don't even have to buy them.
You sure don't.
These are from the Saguaro National Park in Arizona. Those need a little probably touch up from the dust, but those are kind of fun.
And yes, I agree with you, Lucinda. I think sales have slowed down some. I think people are, they're unsure of the future for one thing.
Well, and I think that's kind of the natural progression of the year because when you do eBay, there's a summer slump. There always is.
Always
because people
is.
are going and doing other things. Takes up their time.
Yep.
And then everybody gets back in the swing of things.
Yeah.
Into September. And,
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't watch the news. So you could tell me anything and I go, really? I didn't know that.
And that's funny you say that. I don't watch the news either. I quit watching.
I barely listen to the radio in the car.
Yeah.
Look, they're all the same. The exact same crater on like every postcard.
Wow.
It's Meteor Crater Park. The famous natural landmark in Arizona.
That's true. Yeah. So things you can get listed on eBay now is the time to do it for Christmas.
Yep.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I've started doing that again too myself. And
I don't like listing on eBay though.
I hate it. I hate it. I mean, I shouldn't say I hate it, but I don't like it either. But
this is kind of cool. You're gonna do this. It's the inside of Crystal Cathedral in Garden Grove, California.
Dang, that's beautiful, isn't it?
Right? It's really neat. Here's another picture of like the roof, the ceiling in it.
Oh, wow.
That's kind of amazing.
That is.
So, yeah. I would rather do live sales all day long, every day of the week, than sit and list on eBay.
I know. I'm with you. But, you know, if it's not selling in our live sales, we have to do something with it.
I also concur and understand that.
Yeah.
However, this is cool.
Hey, Gina Marie.
I'm just going to show you cool stuff.
Yeah, please do.
Standard oil.
Nice.
And it's personalized tourist information for your town. And they have, this is the envelopes for you to send away to get your maps and such, I would assume, because back in the day, all the gas stations used to do all the maps.
Yes, they did.
That's some really cool ephemera right there.
Yes,
these little envelopes.
Cool. Mm-hmm.
They're kind of, oh yeah, well, I don't know if they're stuck together. I think they are stuck together. The glue has gotten to these, but you might be able to steam them back open.
Right, you probably could.
But that's some really cool graphics right there.
It is. Yeah, Bonnie says, I watch you guys selling more than the news.
Me too.
Yeah, I was going to say that's what I do. I mean, I don't listen to the news. The only time I see anything about the news is if, like, honestly, if there's been like a shooting or something like that, that's when it's everywhere. So then I can't get away from it anyhow.
Old school AAA. Well, I don't even do that, honestly.
Yeah.
Because somebody made some comment when we were at convention and they're like, well, if so-and-so can get COVID, anybody can. And I was like, really? They did? When did that happen?
Right.
Oh, this is Delaware.
The Jelly Picks.
Minnesota.
Any Canyon de Jelly?
Oh. Not that I have seen yet.
Walk down memory lane.
Yeah. This is some neat ephemera, this guest. And this is why I got it. Chicago, the gray line.
Yep.
On the bus. Oh, look at the fun graphics.
Oh,
look
yeah.
at the bus.
Mm-hmm.
Chicago. All tours leave from this hotel on the gray line. Meet to see your gray line agent in the lobby. Let's see. Wow. Yeah, they're just, I mean, back in the day, it was classy. Official hotels, you could get on the gray line bus and go see all these different places and sightsee in Chicago.
Right.
And you could get on and off at any of these hotels.
Yep.
Now I try and skirt Chicago and don't go downtown. If I can help it.
Right. Yeah.
Because it's just too busy in Chicago.
Yep. Too city-fied.
Well, I mean, I go to Denver, but that's different. I live near Denver, and I'm used to that. Phillips 66 Highway Guide.
Oh, wow. Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
This is the whole U.S. map one. Look, these are collectible.
Absolutely, they are.
What is that? Okay, there's some weird, I don't know what this is. Clamp.
A clamp?
5 minutes vulcanizer. Okay, somebody will have to Google that one. It's like something that presses down.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a clamp. It's like a clamp.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Not quite sure what it vulcanizes, but
Yeah, sorry to hear that, Jay.
Oh, what did I miss? Oh, I know. It's hard.
Yeah.
We've all been touched by it, and that's one of the reasons why I don't listen anymore. Because, back in the day with 9/11,
right.
I made up my mind that I wasn't going to live like that anymore, and I've just kind of been like that ever since.
Right.
So even when my kids are like, you have to do this, you have to do that, and I'm like, no.
Don't have to do anything.
I get to live my day by day and do what I need to do to make sure everybody gets all that they need. And then if it finally comes in my circle, in my bubble, then I will deal with it then.
Right.
So, yeah.
Maybe it went with the type of glue That moniker
Perfect.
sounds familiar.
It's cool.
Oh, that's a cool piece right there.
Season's Greetings.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got each month down here on a tab.
Oh, nice.
I'm trying to see what it, oh, well, speaking of which, it came from a funeral home.
Oh, well.
Advertising. But
back when they used to do that, you know?
Each week is a different page.
How about that?
And we all, I mean, if you're doing like scrapbooking or whatever, each one of those things, like those years come back around, like the same date is on the same day eventually.
Eventually, yeah.
And it cycles around. Like here's Memorial Day. So May of 1952, and look at the little graphic on Memorial Day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's pretty fun.
That is.
So it's a week at a time calendar. And you can put phone numbers and stuff in the back. Let's see what it did for Christmas.
Yeah, it could be for any holiday.
Oh, well, here's Thanksgiving Day. There's Thanksgiving Day graphics. Yep. So that one's fun, too.
Pretty soon that's going to be here. Not going to be long. We're going to be through Thanksgiving again and Christmas.
We were already just talking about that in terms of where we're going and what we're doing. And I'm like, before you know it, it's going to be Thanksgiving.
Sure is. I mean, it's going to be here quickly.
There's Halloween.
There's Halloween. Yeah, that's our next one, right? Halloween. Yep.
I guess the next big holiday.
Yeah, big holiday.
So,
because we have what, Labor Day is next.
Yeah, Labor Day's next.
That's in a few weeks.
I don't know. It seemed like every time we turned around in the spring, we had a Monday off.
I know it.
First day of winter. I don't know. Somebody's landing. There's Christmas. I don't know what that one says.
Choose your path and walk boldly in your truth. You must be you, or what's your purpose? Just saying. Very true.
Happy New Year. That's pretty fun.
That is. That's a pretty neat little piece. You know, that's back when funeral homes used to give out stuff like that. And remember the funeral fans? They used to give out.
Yeah. Yep. Well, that's the way everybody advertised back in the day.
Exactly. That's how they did it.
So, word of mouth and all that stuff. So, well, I'm going to fill my basket back up here. So,
okay.
I'll have to reorganize that a little bit and make some groups for my booth, but that'll be fun to do. I've never looked through all that other than the calendar. I believe I saw the calendar a little bit before. So,
right.
I love going through old stuff. I mean,
I do too, Becky. Yeah. I'm like that. I do. I love it. I just could sit and spend hours reading about the history of stuff, and it's just very fascinating to me. I enjoy it.
I mean, I know when we were kids, we're like, oh, another historical marker, great. But then I did it to my kids. So
yes, exactly.
You learn to appreciate the past and how long it took people to do stuff, and the art and creativity, and
I'll show you something that I have
all that kind of stuff. So,
and it made me think,
especially for furniture, because that's what my dad did.
Oh, he did the furniture? He used to make the furniture?
He used to refinish furniture.
Oh, wow. Now that's a job right there.
Yeah. Yeah, that was just show and tell. Unless somebody wanted something, they could shout out and I'd give them a price for it. No worries.
Yeah. And
banks, insurance companies too. Yep.
They all gave out that stuff.
Gas stations, like the maps.
This here, you was talking about the way, how long it took them to do things and the way they used to do it with the old buggy and horse.
Yep.
And that's the way they plowed. I mean, that's what he's standing on, where he's
plowing that field. Yep.
I mean, that's what they did, and they did it the hard way.
We went to a little place called Norskadalen, which is in Wisconsin. It's a Norwegian settlement, like reenactment kind of place, where they brought in houses and buildings from around the surrounding farmland, and then kept them all circa the 1850s-ish, like when Norwegians were settling, coming in. And my mom and her cousin went through it, and they were like, again, he was like a little kid. He's like reliving their childhood, because that's how they grew up on the farm.
Exactly. I mean, that's how they lived.
Yep. He's like, oh, you did this with this. He knew what everything was for and how to use it, and he had a grand time going through looking at all the old stuff.
I'm sure.
So,
that type of stuff is fascinating to do.
And all that was state of the art, mid-century. That was the best of the best when they all came and started farming in the U.S. when that group of Norwegians came over. So
that's right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It was really fun to watch that. So I hadn't been there either. So that was a good highlight from our trip as well.
Right. Well, that's nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's fun. You appreciate the old stuff, especially when you have people in your family who also appreciate it, and you kind of learn to love it.
Yeah, if you can talk to, people in your family that does appreciate it, that have the same type of interest as you do of it, yeah, it makes it more worth it. Now you have those family member who's like, it's junk, or people outside of that, that's junk.
Yeah.
Like, you might see it as junk. I don't.
Yeah. Well, because we live in such a disposable society.
Absolutely. Yep.
But we were looking at that too. There's stuff from way back in the 70s that started being disposable. And we're like, this has been going on for a long time.
Yes.
And you can't blame it on the last 20, 30 years.
No, you can't.
It's been happening for a really long time.
Yes, exactly. It has been.
Yes, Norskadalen is beautiful. Geneva, that's the first time I went. Geneva lives up in that area, up in that neck of the woods. Yeah.
Yep. Now she's in Wisconsin, right?
Yep. It's in Wisconsin. It's just between Coon Valley and Wesley.
Oh.
In the southwest corner of Wisconsin.
Now, is it already cold there yet? Well, I didn't know if they get any cold weather yet.
I mean, it was some nights were dropping, like here in Colorado, we'll drop 10, 20 degrees. Maybe even more, into the 60s kind of at night. So it cools off. But when we were in Minnesota, one night it was like still 85 or 90 at like 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
But then something came through and it started cooling off that night. So
drops it back down.
Jan's mom, her cousin's mom is from Norway.
From Norway.
Oh, she moved back to Norway. Wow.
Oh, wow.
But not a lot of people did that. Most of people, once they immigrated to the U.S. from Norway, they didn't ever go back. Like never went back.
Right. Right.
Not even to visit family anymore because it was just expensive to go.
Exactly. To
and
do
you're
that.
farming and you have to be there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365.
I was going to say, you just couldn't leave your farm.
There's no vacationing for farmers.
None.
In the mid-1800s.
They have all their animals to tend to. Not even mentioning the animals, but the animals, the land, everything.
Yeah, there's no house sitter, no farm sitter coming in, taking care of your livestock.
Take care of that. Go ahead and go. No, they didn't have that.
Yeah, Geneva says she's in northern Wisconsin for her vacation, and it's still
That's right. She's fishing.
Pretty warm. Well, good on her.
Yeah.
Get all those mosquitoes for me.
Right.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's gorgeous.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, for sure. Not even into the 19th century. You're correct.
Right.
I mean, was we the cousin that we went and visited, he let's see, I was probably 14, 15 years old when he still had an active farm, and his wife was finally like, we've never had a vacation. Let's sell the farm and get a different job. I think they probably did that in the mid 80s to the early 90s. And I think he regretted it ever since. But it's right. You're there all the time.
You are. I mean, you definitely tied to it. That's for sure. That's the way you lived.
Yep. So
she says they need heat in the morning and late evening and air conditioner during the day. Yeah.
Sounds about right. I mean, it's cooled off here today because it started raining, but.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's one of the only other places that's felt like home to me is in that area of Wisconsin. But that's where my family farms were, or my great-grandparents were. My great-grandparents were born and raised. Do I want to live there? No.
Of course not.
But it feels a little bit like home. And everybody's like, "Oh, you guys came home," even though my mom was not raised there. And I obviously wasn't raised there. I was raised here in Colorado.
Right.
So, but
that's what people still say. That's family. Yeah. They'll go, "Oh, you come home to visit, or you come home."
Exactly.
Not really. I
Because
mean,
they're, yeah. Because they're the ones that haven't left.
right.
Yep.
Right. They're the ones that never left.
Yep. The drift list. I can't even say that fast.
Driftless region.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. I said it for you, Becky.
Lots of bluffs and valleys. Yeah, that's why they settled there, because it reminded them of home.
Family graveyard is fun to visit.
Yeah, Mom loves going there.
I was going to say, a lot of the older people do like that because they go, oh, I remember so-and-so. Now, you don't know who these people are, but they definitely remember who they are. Just like we would know our aunts and uncles that passed.
My grandparents are there.
Yeah.
Back all the way back to when they immigrated, are all there in that little churchyard, which I'm hearing, unfortunately, is they don't think that it's going to last very much longer because everybody's moving into the city and they don't know how much longer that church is going to be able to exist. So I'm not quite sure what's going to happen with that.
Oh, wow.
Other than I think back a couple of years ago, I heard somehow that they had made a fund, like a perpetuity fund or something like that. They put money into it so that whoever there'd still be money to keep up the graveyard, even if the church doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, and that's something that, that's why you have a lot of these abandoned graveyards too, years later, because no one's family's there no more because they're gone.
Yeah.
I mean,
everybody moved out of the region or out of the little hillsides, country areas. Yeah.
Or they're all passed.
Yep.
Hutterites.
Right.
Jay Martin says she was adopted by Hutterites. They always, I don't know.
Is that another like a rural or farming community kind of religious group? Maybe, I don't know.
You can't get rid of a cemetery.
They can't get rid of it, but I'm fairly certain that I was hearing from one of the other cousins that there was some sort of a fund that the church had established far enough back that they put money into it back when there was still for it, so that it could be taken care of, at least upkept in terms of like mowing during the summer and stuff. I doubt that once the church is gone that it would be an active cemetery anymore, but I don't know.
But who knows? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of which, that's who's one of the groups that's buying up all these little family farms in the rural communities. Amish, like, you think of certain areas of the country, they're all over the Midwest and everything now. When these family farms were being put up for sale back in the 80s and 90s and the prices were low, they bought up a lot of property, which was wise.
Yeah, very wise.
Because now everybody wants to go back and rebuy their family farms and do like what they call what do they call it? A hobby farm. Yeah. So they get so many acres and have small livestock and do some gardening, basically, versus full fields, you know.
Yes.
And then they bulldoze the buildings and put up these big like vacation retirement homes now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, but a lot of those small towns are disappearing, which is one of those conversations that we have every time we go back. It just amazes us how some of these towns even still exist.
I know
that they do.
Well, Lucinda, I don't know how that actually works with. I don't think they bulldoze over them, but like even here in Georgia, like where I travel, they built the city around these old cemeteries, and I'm talking old cemeteries from 1800s that, the headstones are gone or fell over or broke, whatever the case might be. They have those lined out, but those is bigger than what they even have. At one time. It would have been.
Garden is small, right? I can't even grow flowers in my front yard. I can't plant anything. There's so acidic soil from the pine trees that used to be in my yard. Nothing grows. We're lucky we have grass among the weeds.
Right, you have more weeds that like to grow than anything.
Yeah, the crabgrass and all that stuff. I'm like, as long as it's green, just mow it. Doesn't matter what it is.
That's right. Mow it down.
Yeah, the cities are getting so big. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not sure what size town you live in. Colorado Springs has grown just exponentially in the last, say, even 20 years, honestly. We have one of the highest housing markets in the country. Denver is even more ridiculous. So if you didn't have a house, you're buying property and stuff nowadays. It's just ridiculous.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So, but that's why, we were looking at, with Jeff looking at retiring in a couple of years, there's not, if we even look to downsize without having kids at home, we couldn't buy another house or even a condo, an apartment or whatever for what we could get out of this house. We would be like a half the size for the same price now.
Right. Exactly. That's right.
So it's not really worth trying to downsize here.
Not really. You're better off to stay where you're at right now.
Yeah, for a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody has any grand plans. We're just kind of looking around, seeing what our options are. But
right, because you have to think about it,
Yep.
And we don't know what the housing market is going to be like in a few more years.
Well, it fluctuates so drastically year to year, regardless of anything going on. It's crazy anyway.
Yes.
If we all had extra money back in the 90s, people who did have a little extra money bought up the houses cheap, and they're making
killer money on them.
Yeah, 400 times their money on them.
Yeah. Yep, they
crazy.
Sure are. That is.
Yep. So even more than that, because they would buy them in the, $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 range, and now those houses are going for $300,000, $400,000, $500,000.
Right. It's true. Yeah.
Yep. So you never know. You just never know. That's why I don't watch the news.
Right. No, there's no sense even, you don't want to worry. I don't live my life to worry. I'm not going to do it.
I don't either.
Yeah.
Yep. So Castle Rock is a small community, and definitely it's not merging with Colorado Springs because Monument's in between us, but you can go north and south on I-25 now, which is the interstate down the center of Colorado. And there's only 15, 20 minutes between Pueblo and Colorado Springs that doesn't have something. And then you go north and there's exits all the way up from Colorado Springs to Denver now. They've taken out the rest areas because there's so much business along the way. Wow. There's a gas station every time you turn around practically.
So don't need the rest area anymore.
No, you don't need a bathroom on the side of the road to maintain anymore. You just can stop almost anywhere. Monument, Castle Rock, Larkspur.
Yeah, that's when you know that you're getting bigger. When they take out the rest area.
Yep. Yep. So, that's what people joked about in the 80s. Oh, it's all going to be one big giant town. And we're like, no, that'll never happen. And there's not much defining it anymore it's just like one suburb after another that just kind of.
Sure does. Then it'll blow up and it turns into a bigger town. And then those towns turn into small cities on their own.
Yep.
Yeah. One big city now. Exactly.
They're still within Colorado Springs. There's places from the north side of town to the south side of town that take an hour to get to.
Wow.
So that's how big we've gotten, just Colorado Springs. That's not even leaving our city. We don't really, and Colorado Springs doesn't have the suburbs like Denver does.
Mm-hmm.
Ours just kept growing out, and they didn't make suburbs or small townships around it.
Right.
It just kind of grew into Falcon out east and Manitou Springs on the west side, and grew into other cities. Now in Denver, they kept making these other little bedroom communities other than the core of Denver is downtown Denver proper. And then they have all these little bedroom communities that are townships around it. So, yeah, I don't want to live out in the middle of nowhere though. So it's kind of a fine line between all or nothing too.
Right.
Well, there's a lot of people moving to Texas though currently. There's a lot of people moving out of the state.
Yep.
We know people who have moved to Texas, Oklahoma, Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Kentucky, and they're moving out in droves out of Colorado.
They are. Yeah. A lot of the states, California is another state they're moving out of quickly.
Yep.
It's too expensive to live there, for one
Well,
thing.
and it used to be everybody was coming into Colorado from California and Texas. And now, in the last 2 years, especially where you can work from wherever you want,
right?
People are moving somewhere else.
And see, that's the thing. You know, that's with COVID did bring this change of, yeah, you don't have to live 10 miles from your job.
Yep.
You can live anywhere, work online, you know, with these companies, and you can.
That's one of my good friends moved to Florida because he's working from home, and they said, sure, you can work from home wherever you want. And they wanted to be closer to his mother, and they grew up in Florida and Georgia, so they moved down to Florida in the Panhandle.
Yeah, I mean, that's what people are doing. They're doing that.
Yep. So eventually, when the kids kind of get all their careers a little more settled and stuff, I think it'll be easier to kind of figure out if we really want to go somewhere or not too.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, you will. You know, and I think us as parents, that's what we do with our kids. Yeah. We kind of wait and see kind of where are you going to land? Where are they landing at? You know, and how they're doing. And of course you want to stay close to them. And as grandchildren come along, you even
I don't want to have to be like across the country and only see them a couple times a year.
Exactly.
It's bad enough when you live in the same state and you don't see them very often. Because they're all busy working and everything.
That's right. Everybody's got their own lives and they're working, trying to make it.
Yep. Aguilar, is that?
Aguilar.
It's Aguilar, Colorado, I think, if that's what you're talking about.
I have property.
A lot of small towns.
Plenty of Texans.
Yep. Oh, yeah, I got a thumbs up.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, people that thought they were living out in the country here, not the country anymore.
Not the country anymore.
Not when you got Walmart 5 minutes down the road.
Yeah, that's not country, is it? Nope. Country is like where you still have to drive 30 minutes or so, you know, really more, to get to a store.
Yeah, and I don't want to do that.
No, honestly. I don't either. I just don't want to live like that either. I love the country, but I like all the nice amenities around.
Exactly. Yep. Right? See, I was remembering right between Walsenburg and Trinidad. I've been through there a couple times this year.
Wow, I'm sure you have.
Well, yeah, I went to Mesa, Arizona. So I drove right between the two of them. So, yep. So, yeah, I don't know. It's really fun to go out, you know, driving around and snooping and being able to like sightsee and visit places, but it is nice to come home.
Right.
So, I mean, it is a home base, and you know, that's where you're most comfortable and all that stuff. But I do really enjoy being out and about. So
well, I know you do. I know you really love that, you know, being out there. I would too if I didn't have like a job, what I call
you can't work from anywhere, Paula. You can't like pick up and move 3 states away and still do your job.
I could, but now whether I'd be allowed to would be up into my boss, which I don't think he would. I think he's one of these control freaks anyhow, so he's got to know your every move you're making. He's one of those, which I can't stand, but you know, he is who he is.
Yep. Yeah, it is. What I do enjoy about visiting is being able to support those small town shops that aren't big giant chains, and to be able to put, you know, if I'm going to buy something anyway, I'd rather buy it at a little shop and support a small community like that.
Exactly right.
So yeah. Oh, and Miss Pat is in the chat. She said they were relocated, downsized. Yep, to be near the grandkids.
See, from Metro Atlanta.
Yep.
To a small town in North Carolina. Exactly. Well, I mean, I think that's just what we do. I mean, that's just what you know. You want to stay if you want to stay close. That's
if we haven't learned anything in the last 2 years, family is one of the most important things. I mean, good grief, why wouldn't you want to be near them? Especially, you know, well, obviously if you get along with them and all that jazz. But yeah,
well, it depends. It depends though too. I mean, and it's not that you don't love your family, but do you want to be close to them? Some of the family, yes, I do. Other family, no. Yeah. I just don't.
I had a friend, she's like, they moved to Omaha. They were born and raised here in Colorado Springs, military background, but they spent most of their time here in Colorado Springs. And as soon as they got married, they moved to Omaha, Nebraska. She's like, I don't want to be near she's like, I have to be away from my mother. I can't live that close to her. And they never moved back. They talked about it, but they never did. And she passed away. She passed away in 21. She was like 2 years younger than me.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. I mean, you just never know what's going to get dished out.
No, you don't.
So, but it's good to have people all over the place, too, because then you can go visit places and have a place to stay, and it helps keep your costs down for going different places.
Mm-hmm.
So that's nice, too.
Yes, it is.
So, but, yeah, I mean, I feel that, too. I come from a smaller family. Like Jeff's one of like 23 first cousins.
Oh, wow.
And I have 2 aunts, but my brother, my mom, my aunt that's here in Colorado, that's what I have left of my direct family.
Right. See.
And the rest is all his side of the family.
Wow. And that's something. So he had the big family, you had the tiny family.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
See, my family's not that big either.
Well, and all my grandparents came from 10 to 12 kids.
They sure did.
That's all I have. And then we're just teeny tiny.
Mm-hmm.
My mom, my brother, and my aunt. That's it. That's what. Right. It's kind of amazing.
That is, isn't it?
So, yeah. But.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, there is that as well.
Yep.
I mean, that's with my kids being older and moving out and stuff, you kind of also have to come to terms with who you are and what you want to do and what you want to be, which direction you want to go. Because for so many years, I mean, if anybody who is a parent understands that, you live for your kids for a long time.
I mean, that's all you do. That's all I've ever done. That, and I know you too. It's like, that's what you do,
Mm-hmm.
So
they were number one on your list of things to take care of.
Exactly.
That's what you do. Yep.
And I wanted to also stay very close to them and my grandkids because I never had that with my grandparents.
Oh, that would be cool. Yeah.
I wanted that so bad with them, but we lived it's not like we really lived clear across the country. It was only like 5 hours away, but we only seen them once a year.
Yeah, see, I don't want to do that either. So, and Jay, that's really cool to be able to, to connect back with your ancestral roots. And I think that's why, like now in my life, that I do so much with the Sons of Norway stuff.
Yeah,
because that Norwegian roots and ancestry stuff is important, and I want to be able to still, because it's disappearing.
Yeah,
it's just so much disappearing that I figured if I didn't get involved with what was here in my town, I would never have it.
Right, that's true. That's true, you would.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's what Jeff's saying too. That's a big point. We would, for holidays back in the day when the kids were little, we go to mom's house and dad's house and dad's house and grandma and grandpa's house, and we'd go 3 to 6 places on Christmas Day.
Wow.
Which that's not really enjoyable because all you're doing is quick going in, saying hi, opening presents, bye, see you later, and off to the next one.
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, yeah.
I was a little bored. Well, I understand that too. Yeah.
Yeah. So it all changes, and you gotta fluctuate with it and see what's important with you, and
exactly whatever's important to you, and that's what you, I think, base it around, and that's what I've done.
Yep. Yeah, and I mean, I've really enjoyed this last couple of years. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
It does sound terrible because it's not. When you visit that many people, you don't get any quality time with anyone.
You don't.
So, other than you're just putting in an appearance so everybody can see the kids when they were super little. Here they are.
Yep.
On to the next place.
Yep.
And when I grew up, we'd go up to Denver to my grandparents, and we'd spend like 4 days for Christmas at their house.
Right.
And that was it.
Yeah. And that was it. Exactly.
And then as soon as we had kids, we're going constantly everywhere.
I did that for a while. And then I was like, you know what? It's getting to be too much. And even with my kids and their children, when they were smaller, I decided for them. I was like, look, it's becoming too much for them to try to get to my house, his side of the family, their, the spouse's side. I said, you know what? I'll just we'll do it either on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
And I'll do either Christmas dinner, whatever you want to do, or I'll come to you. That's what I started doing. I started going to their house on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
I used to cook all the holidays, but then now that everybody's older and they want to stay home too. The kids don't want to hang at my house.
Well, it was easier when our kids were younger to have people come to our house, because then we didn't have to drag along all the things we needed.
That's right.
Everywhere.
And that's what I said. It's easier for me to come to you. It's only one of me. You got 3 kids, you got 3 kids.
Yeah. So. Yeah. I mean, it all fluctuates and changes. And now it's like, it's easier for everybody to go to my mom's because she can't travel around and go to everybody's house all day long. So. Exactly. It changes. So
yeah, it does.
So, but yeah, I've really enjoyed this last couple of years with, I mean, because I'm kind of like, well, I'm kind of doing this thing on YouTube and people look at you like, okay. And it's snowballed. It's been amazing. And it's been fantastic. I mean, like, and it's hard for people to understand that you have friends on YouTube.
Oh, I know. People are like, well, what do you know what? This is what I hear. Honest to God, they'll go, but do you really know these people? And I'm like, well, yeah, I know them through YouTube. They're like when I was going to meet you, and there's like, you're going to actually meet her? I'm like, yeah. Yeah, but what do you really know about her? I said, well, she's not a serial killer, if that's what you think. I said, I don't believe she's that, and if she is, it's been nice seeing you. Jokingly, I said. But I'm like, come on. I said, I have a little bit of, I can judge people somewhat.
Right, exactly. I mean, even that's what Barbie said. She's like, I told my cousin, she was like her cousin or somebody who knew she had the day off. Like, you want to do something? She's like, I'm meeting my YouTube friend. They're like, you're what? Really? Okay. Have fun.
Enjoy, But yeah, they kind of look at you sideways like, what do you mean you're meeting them?
Yeah. So then the YouTube people that you meet up with, we all understand each other in that sense of it. And even my sister-in-laws were like, well, how do we meet people other than starting a YouTube channel? I'm like, okay.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So then
I'm like, well, join clubs, volunteer, find something you like doing. This isn't hard, but
it's not hard to do if they want to do it.
So, I mean, and it's grown into an almost full-time job.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. I mean, it could be a full-time job very easily.
And I still think those people, I know there's people that are like, oh, Becky's going to be on Facebook again. They're like, like they think I'm just like for my pleasure, like scrolling through the pages and reading posts. I'm like, that's not what I'm doing.
Exactly.
Yeah. I got to go work. Sorry. See you later.
Exactly. They don't get that part of it, see. They think it's more of a social thing because
it has that aspect. It has a very big aspect of that. But there's a lot of work involved with it.
A lot of work. Absolutely.
Just keeping up with the posts and the notifications and all that kind of stuff alone. It was a full-time media job.
Yeah.
So. I think so too, Heather.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because I mean, we're able to connect with people anywhere in the world, honestly.
That's right. Exactly.
And otherwise you'd never, like, people you would never ever cross paths with, like, in person.
Right.
And I think there's been a lot of really interesting and fun friendships that have developed out of it because you're able to connect just through the internet, which is still an odd concept.
It's kind of, it is if you think about it that way. Yeah.
It's like internet dating.
That's right. Right. That's right. Except your internet. What are you doing?
I need a friend for 500, please, Alex.
That's right. Exactly.
Yeah, I agree. I think that I've developed some pretty good friendships and relationships through YouTube altogether.
I mean, honestly, and this is honestly the way I feel. You, Jody, Miss Pat, are really the people that I feel that I consider really good friends. Friends of mine.
No.
And I don't really have friends that I would see day to day that I can call friends.
See, and that's it. Yeah, because you can, but you can't still like, hey, you can't be like, hey, I need a cup of sugar, but it's still, hey, I need, to say hi and what are you doing? And there's still that aspect of it. So yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then lots of my friends that I've had throughout raising kids have moved, like all over this, like 4 or 5 of them have moved out of state in the last 4 or 5 years.
Wow.
So the ones you would be like, hey, can you come, like my friend when she was pregnant, come watch the kids in the middle of the night kind of friend.
Right.
And now they live in Virginia, but that's how,
Yep.
And it's hard to replace. The older you get, it's hard to replace your friends, especially being female. And I don't know why that's so hard.
Exactly.
So
it is.
Yep. And that's it.
Oh, yeah.
I think everybody got used to being able to tune into the community every day.
Yep.
And then it's what you do as a habit.
That's right.
Then what you enjoy doing is what you go back to. So
exactly. And then, you get to know, those people, their family, their life, maybe not publicly with everybody, but you do get to know certain aspects of their life personally.
Well, and that was one of the things I had to consider weigh a lot was if I do this, it's just going to be like being under magnifying glass all the time.
Yeah.
Because you're going to have instant access.
Yep.
All the time.
Yep.
And you just have to guard some of your privacy.
You do.
Yeah. Because, nobody wants to see what I do 24 hours a day. Nor do I want them to.
Right. Right. Because you got to, keep a piece of yourself to yourself, is the way I always said. You don't give all of yourself away, to anyone.
So being unplugged while we were traveling was probably a good thing. But then at the same time, you feel like you're missing something. It's like you miss your weekly show,
That's right.
Like, oh.
That's right. Because, you felt so out of tune just being gone a few days to 5 days. And you're like, oh my gosh, what's going on?
I did. I was like, I feel totally lost. What's happening?
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah. Well, hubby was pulling parts. I asked for girl stuff. Oh.
Right.
Yes. And I think that's it. I think you can kind of judge people's personalities.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how they operate without even contacting them. Because you can watch people's videos, watch their sales. And I'm sure there's people that will never even know who they are.
Yeah.
That are like, well, either they'll keep watching or they'll be like, hey, I really want to be more involved or engaged in a conversation. And they judge that by the previous things that we've put out there.
That's true. They do. You're right. Absolutely.
So, good night, Miss Pat.
She's like, I'm going to bed, people.
I know, it's late. I know. What is it, like 10 o'clock?
It's 10, 20 here. Yeah, 10, 20.
So. It's been a crazy day, I have to tell you. So
yeah, I know you've been on.
I would sit and talk to you all night, but I would love to go eat some dinner.
I know. I was going to say you need to go eat. I know you need to rest, and I appreciate you being here.
Oh well, anytime, not a problem.
I love having you.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
and we got to start. Because this box is going to be pretty full. You can have a whole section in the van.
Here you go, Becky. Boom.
You need the forklift to pull the pallet out.
Right.
You get there.
Right.
You put it on the top of your car.
I'll tie it down.
Right.
All right, everybody. I guess we're going to let everyone go, and y'all have a good rest of the night, and hope you have a great week.
Thanks for letting me come in and chat.
Yes.
See you all soon.
Bye-bye. Good night.
Good night, everybody.